Oh, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the OLS Spring Split 2025. We have a great matchup for you, ladies and gentlemen, today. The higher seed is going to be, I don't know their team name. JB Roasters, like, Little Circus, uh, versus Rags's Turbo Sweats. Alright. Uh, I am trying to get the draft in. This is an old draft. Stand by, stand by. Boom, we're in. And it looks like draft has already started. So we've got Rags' team. It looks like I don't know why it says they're up one game. Maybe they are up one game from the format. No, they're not. Um, but anyway, so we've got Rags side on one. On the left, we've got JB Roasters Circus on the right. It looks like the three bands that they decided to throw out all. I know Y has been playing. I mean, he's obviously a Jace faithful, and then also he has been allegedly been playing Ambessa for quite a bit. Um, and then they ban away the Syndra, which is an interesting ban. I'm not sure if Cole's mid laner has been playing that. I believe it's Tater, yeah. If he's been playing a lot of Syndra or not, but and then on Cole's side, he's scared of the Zeri. I guess the banned Fury, that champ is disgusting broken, and they banned Janna because Holiday is a quite good Janna player. He's a Masters ranked Janna player. And then just to kind of recap the picks that have already gone down, it looks like they are going to go for a little bit more of a dive comp on Rags' side with Galio first pick, followed by Zinzao Karma. And the response to the Gallia pick was picking Smolder Braum. Um, I think if you're gonna defend against a dive, Braum is probably about the best pick you can get. And they're hovering a Mumu, and they lock the Mumu. So, um, an interesting pick. I don't know if Amuji plays a Mumu jungle. I don't know if I've ever seen him really play that. He usually plays like Hecarim and stuff like that. That being said, um, this Amumu champion is generally pretty good. He's really easy to pilot, so you're kind of never really upset if you see an Amumu on your team getting locked in, especially when you already see two melee champions. Um, JB Roaster bans Kaisa probably to save it from picking it himself or something like that. It's calling to him like the damn Green Goblin mask. Even though they have the Smolder. I mean, I guess they could flex Smolder top, right? But you'd have to be a psycho. I don't know what's going on up here with these, with the header. Rip. Rip. Uh, Rags' team responds to the Diana ban. That must be targeted at Tater again. I can't imagine you would ban a Diana jungle, when they already showed a Mumu. I guess they're banning it for mid lane, is my assumption, but Diana's a pretty strong champion though. You'd think that they would actually want the Diana, but maybe they have other plans. Maybe they're gonna try to do like a Yasuo comp or something. They ban Ezreal, so they must think that it's a Smolder top. Or again, it could be like an Ezreal mid ban, but if you're playing Ezreal. If you're playing more marksman than you have to, you're probably trolling, I think. With the way that the meta is right now and all that. You only really need one. And then Cole's team is going to be taking their pick. They lock in a Gwen. Gwen is a very nice champion to pick here. I mean, I feel like Gwen should beat Xin Zhao at his own game, unless the Xin is really far ahead, and she just kind of chews Galio to pieces. It is a little bit annoying, I would think, for Gwen to have to deal with a Karma late game, because you can just kind of run around. Also, she's got some synergy with Braum, too, because you are auto-attacking quite a bit. But having a champion that is quite difficult to engage onto is always nice to have. Gwen is definitely one of those champs where it can be a struggle to deal with her. Are we gonna see Rags play Vayne? Rags picks Vayne. I'm not sure he's got the hands to pilot that champion, to be quite frank with you guys. I guess we'll see. But in terms of dealing with their comp, it's a pretty good pick. Um, he might have some issues late game against Smolder. And Braum is always, I mean, I don't know. Vayne is sort of difficult to play. Like, so Vayne is good into Gwen. You need something like Vayne to even survive and to deal damage into Gwen unless you're gonna wait out her W. And being able to knock her out of her E or her W, her Hallowed Mist is pretty good, I would say. Um, the flip side of that is, Amumu can basically. I don't know if Amumu ult range is long enough to catch Vayne at max, uh, max auto attack range. But I know it's pretty close if it's not like overlapping. So anytime you see Vayne running around in Amumu, he can just press R and she's stunned and probably dies to Amumu stuns in the Braum. Um, but like for lane, are you getting pressured out playing Karma Vayne versus Braum Smolder? Probably not. Um, and after the Vayne, they've actually picked Silas, so pretty nice pick. So it looks like it is going to be a Smolder top. They sniffed that out. Uh, so nice prep from them, I suppose. Or I guess it could be a Smolder mid, probably a Smolder mid. Um, Silas is really nice here. Smolder ult goes crazy if you can steal it. Obviously, Amumu ult goes crazy. Gwen ult goes crazy. Um, he also does fit there. They have a very, very, very divey comp, um, which is probably what you want to see from that team, is to have some, a more solid, idea behind the team, right, going in. Um, and it looks like so they're playing Braum Caitlyn bot. Caitlyn kind of smashes Vayne. It's pretty rough. Um, what am I getting? Oh no, sorry. I can't tell what's going on in here because the chat's broken. My chat's broken. When I hop on a Smurf and play on a Smurf and then I go back to my main, my chat is just broken for forever basically. It's really annoying. Um, not in game. I can still see in game. I just can't see on the client. But going back to the draft, right? Um, I am going to tentatively say that I don't know, dude. It's hard to really say who got a leg up in the draft here. Um, if BLA had played like a mage bot or just played Smolder bot and picked another like range kind of like mage threat somewhere else, I'd probably be really, really enthused by that team comp. But them having two ADCs is, I would say, concerning going into a team that is like a super dive team. They do have the Braum. Braum should be putting in a lot of work doing some peel. Um, but man, it's gonna be pretty difficult if if you know Rags' team gets ahead, and the Zinzao or the Silas end up getting a decent amount of gold. It's gonna be pretty hard to deal with them and deal with Vayne at the same time, I think. Um, the positive spin is that both Caitlyn and Smolder are relatively mobile ADCs, not mobile champions, but mobile ADCs, and that they both have an escape, which is obviously very good. Um, I don't think Caitlyn net is gonna be enough to get away from Xin Zhao generally, especially if the Galio's coming down. But it can get you a lot of space, and it makes it where Karma doesn't just like instant root you, right? Which is quite nice. In terms of the lane matchups, I'm gonna assume it's a Smolder mid probably.
Never look back.
I know people like to play Smolder top, but maybe it just depends on the lane matchup. Uh, but I would definitely expect to see a Mumu jungle. You could maybe put Gwen jungle, but I think a Mumu jungle is probably better here. I think Gwen also beats. I mean, I know Gwen should beat the dog piss out of Gallia. I'm pretty sure Gwen beats Silas unless he gets ahead, but I also don't play Gwen, so maybe don't take that as gospel. But yeah, I mean, so I think it's a. I don't know if anybody really won or lost draft too hard. We're in a champ select right now, so what is what is their team name? Bud Light Aces. It's an alright name. It's not as good as some other team names, like mine, namely, but it's not bad. I'm gonna name this the OLS semifinals because I'm pretty sure it is semifinals. My Gone Bananas April Fool badge is ready. Holy schmoly. So we are starting the 3-minute delay here in 30 seconds. Uh, yeah, so it's looking like Gallia is going to be top. Well, I mean, it's chess on Gallia, so it's hard to say because Rags is super cringe, and so he's going to move around the lanes or whatever. But I'm pretty like Smolder into Silas is not that scary. Smolder into Gallia is very not scary. I expect probably that you put Smolder mid. It's a little bit safer of a lane. But yeah, I mean, not too much to talk about in terms of the draft. It's pretty clear where the strengths and weaknesses are, I think. I mean, Triple D just kind of is swinging on him with a dive comp, and you know, Cole's team, the Bud Light Aces, are. It's game one. I don't know why they put that it's 1-0. This is game one. I just can't edit the the score like in this. I don't know why they put it 1-0. Probably a bad omen for Rag's team. You can't call the win like early like that. It's a little bit disrespectful, I'd say. Um, you got 2 minutes. Demasi and Spiro, I got a question for you, buddy. Who do you think would win in an actual fist fight, hands on to the death? Do you think that 3 gorillas would win or 10 crocodiles? And think about it real long and hard. We'll say what's up?
Yeah, what's good?
Yo, how are you doing, my boy?
I'll do pretty good.
You're
Kind of swamped with homework, but
yeah, you're a touch late, man. I hate to say
yeah,
it.
that's my bad.
Will you go onto the stream and make sure that you are being heard?
Yeah.
Because I've had this issue before where it won't uh play the other guy's voice. Um, how smart are these gorillas? Average intelligence gorillas. These are not like hyper intelligent ones. They're legit just average ass regular dudes. All right. I mean, gorillas. I mean, they're smarter than crocodiles, but
All right. Hello. See if that comes through.
you might want to say it again now that now that I'm in the spectate.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I came through when I said hello. I think we're
Okay.
good.
Will you check it one more time?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Now that I'm on the actual spectate.
Yeah. Okay, we're good.
Okay, sweet.
Spectate game.
Do you need me to? I hope you don't need me to stream, cause
No, it gets laggy when that happens, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I'll spectate it on my end,
I ain't
and
got the internet
then
for that.
yeah, we'll hope it lines up. It should.
Bro, something is up with this preset, bro. It's all crooked. Uh, there's this triple D, yeah. Triple D, like fucking Rags' cup size, am I right? Get it?
I do indeed.
You get it? Cause he's
I don't
fat.
disagree. Oh, he's playing Vayne again.
Yeah,
Oh
he's
boy.
on Vayne. We'll see how this works out for him. Uh, oh, I remember the scroll out, like the camera reel scroll hotkey.
Yeah, the Control Shift Z.
Amuji's holding the
Not great.
line, but I mean they're just getting like wards and shit. What time are you at right now?
I'm at 124.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know why
What
it
time are
started
you
me
at?
in the middle, bro. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm at 130, 31,
Okay,
32.
we're good now.
Okay, cool. So yeah, uneventful first minute and a half. They got some wards down. I think yeah, the Dodos got a ward on his Raptors. So they'll know where
Yeah,
he's
always
at.
good.
They don't know where his Zen is starting, but
It's Rags. You always know that the jungler's pathing down bot.
actually facts. Um, I gotta fix the scoreboard too. Got a little bit of poke going down in the bot lane, but it's a karma. All right, if I keep saying that every time it happens, I'll lose my voice. Yeah, I mean, as you can see, Charles, we've got a pretty heavy dive comp on the side of Rags, and another,
Definitely.
another sort of a more defensive comp on JB Roaster's side. I was
Hmm.
pretty surprised that they ended up committing to the Smolder mid. Um, I thought you played Smolder bot here and then picked like a mage or something mid, because I feel like
Yeah,
you might have some issues holding off that dive with two ADCs.
yeah,
Uh,
100%.
but they ended up going through with it. I mean, to be fair, Braum does supply like the CC of
Yeah, problem is
four men, so
disengage. But,
right, like of all the champs
yeah.
that you'd want into that, it's probably Braum, but or like Lulu maybe. Tiny Tater is in danger here a little bit. He gets out. That does cost a lot of mana for him to do that. But he's still like half mana, so Petrichor is trying to make a play in the mid lane. Tiny Tater's taking a bit of poke, more than a bit of poke. He's down to like 200 health. But he doesn't go
Be
down.
interesting
He
to.
took grasp too, which is a bit odd. I don't know if do people normally take grasp on Smolder?
Yeah, yeah.
I always take fleet.
It's good for his like matchups into assassins mid lane.
That's
Like
probably fair.
Petrichor.
Oh,
Oh, the
Petrichor with a
flash
flash in.
E.
He's able to secure the kill. That was pretty clean. And Muji's not actually able to follow up with a kill here, and he's actually going to get engaged on by the Xin Zhao. Ooh, he hit the Q onto the Petrichor, and so it's looking like it's going to be an even
Oh,
trade mid, but Smolder's TPing back, and
oh, what's the wave looking like?
probably could have been. I mean, that could have been a lot worse than it was, you know. For
Definitely, yeah. Muji secure the kill is
yeah, that
pretty
was a
clutch in the
clean,
backside.
big Q.
Right, on the on
Never
the top
mind.
side of the
Tiny
map.
Tater runs
Oh,
straight into Xin Zhao again, who is parked an RV in the bot lane river, and so Smolder actually he doesn't take as much damage as I thought he would, but he does get chunked out a little bit. So he probably has to
Silas
play
wasn't
a
able to
bit.
engage.
Yeah, he's got to play a bit more safe because if he does get engaged on by Silas here, I think he just dies if he's not full health.
Yeah, probably. An important thing to note. Oh, Chesto to the E is gonna miss. He did die. Wythe getting a solo kill in the top lane.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I actually didn't even see that. Um, great job, boy. Two
Not really
thumbs
what you
up.
want to see. This Gwen is going to shred later in the game versus the
Yeah,
triple melee.
that is a very scary prospect. Again, of all the champs that you could take into to like kind of deal with a dive comp, Gwen is a very nice one.
Hmm.
Um, I think as long as oh, we got a gank going down in the bot lane. Holidays ran around and two Halls was sitting in a bush. So JB Roaster tries to flash out, but he's not able to. Luckily, his Braum support is able to get out. But the Dodos take away feats. Well, they take away the feat of warfare, uh, which is pretty sad for them, I'd say. You don't want
Definitely
to be
not.
losing.
But
Yeah, it's a 2-2. You don't want to lose feats like that. But JB Roaster is gonna do what he does. You know, pushing up 0 words.
crazy double-sided hate watch here.
I'm in a kid candy store right now, bro. Regardless of which ADC dies, they're getting flamed. Tiny Tater is. Oh, he almost was actually able to save himself with the ult, but Silas ult actually does more damage than Smolder ult does, I'm pretty sure. So, what's the AP scaling on that?
Believe so, yeah. And
It's
now they're collapsing onto Emoji here. They
150%.
know.
I got a little bit of a collapse going down onto the Void Grubs. Emoji is level 6. We'll see. I mean, he stuns him for a second, but he's
Wythe
not
has
able
to be
to really
careful here
do
now,
much of
yeah.
anything. That's the bad part about picking a Mumu, man, is like you sort of can't do anything on your own in situations like that. Unless you are very ahead. At least not into a Xin Zhao.
You know, and I mean, with Silas on top of it, the nice little CC chain, that kill is just free.
Yeah. Looks like Cole's gonna get a free plate bot lane, and Holiday is getting poked
Ooh.
like mad. Um,
Oh, I can't
he's
walk
got
out,
him.
out
Wait,
the
he's
back.
got him
Oh, they
stuck.
spaz.
Oh no, dude, I thought he door sucked him right there. But yeah, Holiday goes to half health, but I mean, he's playing support, bro. Looks like Tiny Tater has gone to the top lane versus the Dodo himself. Um, and Gwen is picking up waves mid. We'll see if that stays. It's probably a good idea to swap that though. Against Galio, it's basically a free lane.
And I mean,
Although I
I
don't
wonder
know.
though.
I mean, if Gwen
Yeah, do you want
is,
to give the Smolder or
never
the Gwen the
mind.
free lane? Like,
Well, I think if Gwen is not just running into Silas like that, she could probably stay mid and like hold the line at least, you know.
there's two else speed
Amuji
riders here.
is
Amu
looking like
does
he's
not have
gonna get
ultimate.
ulted
Oh,
here,
Q misses.
and yeah, Q missing is sort of a
A death sentence right there.
yeah. There's not much. I mean, he was dead anyway, but he maybe could have flipped a kill there. Caitlyn is ulting Rags for 300 health. That's it. I guess it was a good idea to ult there because that's the only time you're ever gonna get to poke with it is when Karma's dewarding. But they got Rags Holiday down pretty low. Is Vayne waiting for
Probably
like an
just
item or something? Is that what that was?
gonna take it back.
He's at
X.
8. Yeah, he was waiting for a
Yeah,
pickaxe, I think.
pickaxe. Yeah.
Oh, he's waiting for boots, I guess.
Oh.
To be
All right,
fair,
well,
I do think well Muji's trying to engage or do a quick little invade here, but it looks like he's gonna get collapsed on. Petrichor runs up on the Silas and Amuji flashes out. He's making a run for the hills.
he might be
Wait, is
out.
he
Two else
actually
riders.
out? That's
Not.
insane. If
Yeah.
so, now he did give a little bit of a parting gift to Petrichor in the form of a. Oh no, Two Halls Meat Rider is on the prowl.
He's not gonna
Can
catch
he
him.
do it in time?
Oh.
No, but Amuji might be.
Oh, okay. Amuji goes in.
Ooh, I
Oh
think if he
God.
went into the turret, he gets executed. That was still
Yeah,
pretty
I
clean
think you had
though.
to keep running there. Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, it looks like Y got solo killed. Let's get a quick instant replay on that. Uh, yeah, I mean he just got eat on by Silas, and
Yeah. Sounds 6-1
that
right
guy
now.
just took his
Five
took his
and
lunch
one
money.
before Amumu
It's
ult. It's not
pretty.
playable.
It's a little bit hard to dodge at a Mumu when you're Gwen versus a Silas.
Yeah.
So so far right now, this is probably the worst case scenario across the board for the Bud Light Aces. Bot lane is slightly ahead, if even. Probably even considering Vayne is pick up a free kill from that gank earlier. Um, and you do not want to be even in a Caitlyn versus Vayne lane.
Definitely
Um,
not.
that is a very, very, very bad sign. In the mid lane, both players who've played mid lane are just kind of chain inting into the Silas.
A
Very, you know.
little bit. Amumu helping out on the side.
Yeah, and I mean, Amumu is like that champ is just sort of rough to play in this scenario. I think I didn't
Definitely.
consider when they picked the Amumu how bad that matchup is in the Zhao, dude. I think if it was if it was a number of other junglers, it could have worked pretty well, but just being like strong armed everywhere you go has got to be a little bit frustrating. But it is important to note this is a scaling comp. They got a smolder, so they're basically playing 4v5. And being clearly a Mumu's not here. Kamikaze is able to tank a Vayne with his shield. That's kind of good.
Oh, Q does a lot of
Ooh.
damage on the backside.
Yeah, Caitlyn Q is a massive ability for the first like 90% of the game. That's all you can really do on that champion sometimes. Y is just getting
So
his
much damage.
fucking brakes beaten off in the mid lane. Looks like they're gonna try to engage onto Xin Zhao here, but really they just bait his ult out. And Thanos is setting up to try to take out Braum here.
Oh,
Big
Amumu goes in,
Amumu
lands the
ult.
2-man ult.
But you know, Caitlyn's not close enough to hit any traps, and I fear that
Yeah, Petrichor
okay,
is.
Vayne goes down, and if
Oh.
Petrichor is, yeah, I mean he just gets a kill on that too. He has to flash
This guy's
out, which is
Thanos.
sort of good for them, I guess. Amuji's got the movement, but is it enough? What?
Nope.
Oh, nope.
Wow, this
Yeah, I
guy's
mean it's just a
8-1.
Petrichor 1v9, I guess.
Yeah, good lord.
Meanwhile, on the top lane, Tiny Tater has gotten another grasp proc on Gallia.
Yeah. He's up 10 CS. He's up 10 CS.
Uh, they're even.
Only down 2k gold.
Yeah, I mean that's true. In the top lane. Oh no, I guess they are. I thought they were even. Did Smolder just collect like 8 minions? Yeah, he did. Okay. Rags is running from the bot lane already. A little bit sad if you ask me, but I don't know what you're even running for him, bro. Yeah, well, he got dealt a little bit of a bad hand here, I fear.
Yeah, having the lane against that Silas already 2-0, at least I think,
Yeah,
not what you want.
he had a lot of gold. DillDouDou is able to catch Kamikaze out a little bit, but I don't know if you really want to be taking this lane swap even. I'm kind of questioning why you would lane swap away from. I mean, like it's not like Smolder has no wave clear. Amuji's gonna get invaded on, and I mean, I guess this is wise because if the jungler just goes to take Krugs when there's like 3 people around, then it is a little bit harder to hold the turret. Chestoda is getting kind of ran up on in the bot lane. He flashes into Narnia, and JB Roaster is able to collect a kill. Meanwhile, Tiny Tater is manning the Alamo in the top lane. He's able to clear the wave, though. They're still going to dive him. This is kind of nuts. Good dive.
Ooh, 2
Two House Meat
dead.
Rider's
He got
going
mid
down.
block. Oh, that's disgusting.
That was a really well executed dive until Two House Meat Rider's mouse disconnected, I guess.
Yeah, 600 gold over to the Smolder. A little
Yeah,
rough,
that
but
is the best case scenario for the Bud Light Aces, I think. I mean, the best case scenario is that like they get drop hacked and they all 4 die under the
they
turret,
all
right?
died
But
to him. But
like in terms of
unfortunately,
the reasonable things that you could be hoping for, right? Like he clears the wave, he gets a 600, 600 gold from the kill. Uh, that's who you wanted on probably. If there's
100%.
anybody, I mean maybe Gwen, but I'm not sure Gwen's ever going to be able to do much into Silas. Well, with the Silas around, right?
Yeah.
Everything she does, it sort of doesn't matter how much damage Gwen can do when she just gets obliterated from orbit by this guy like pressing E in her general direction.
Petrichor does have the needlessly large rod in his inventory. I
Jimmy,
wonder which of the 6 items that's going to build into.
we'll see. I bet he goes straight to death cap.
That would be
Dude,
honestly at this point.
how insane
Yeah.
would that be? You gotta pull up on a Silas. He's just got like 500 AP off 3 items. I'd cry. He ought to build that Dark Seal into a Mage Eyes. I bet he's trying to. I bet Rags is like, no man. But what if we throw? A little bit of lonely, a small lonely action here. I mean, they did put Y back matched up into DillDouDou, which is probably a good idea. I mean, Gwen did hold, Y got killed a couple times under turret because he got like his wave frozen on him. But other than that, he did hold up decently well into the Silas, better than the damn Smolder would have.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, Smolder was just literally free food. Oh, Petrichor on the wrong side of the map right now.
He flashes out. I think he got out. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of nuts. He was able to get out of that though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Looks like they're going to be trying to engage here. Holiday gets Amumu queued, but Amumu, he's holding his ult. JB Roaster is getting jumped by the Xin Zhao, but he's able to get away with the net. Meanwhile, Braum is
Ooh.
taking the brunt of all the damage. He's able to get out, actually. Wise going ham on Holiday right now. But again, he loses a little bit of health. Two Halls Meat
Oh.
Rider dives in to execute Y, but Tiny Tater on the Smolder is able to collect another kill. So they're starting to stack up those kills. Smolder ult from the Silas is blocked by Braum entirely. Galio goes into a 2-man stun. Kamikaze is going to get caught off of that. DillDouDou at 10 HP. They're all... Ooh.
Oh, good flash from
Petrichor is,
Petrichor.
I think, going to kill... Nah, he just kills the Caitlyn. A little bit of a rough timing there for Tiny Tater because he went in like the second that Karma used her empowered shield on everybody, so they all had like 600
Yeah.
extra health. It was a little ambitious. I won't cap. However, I mean, it's hard to look at 4 people with 400 health and you've got Flash. Amumu donates probably like 120 gold over to DillDouDou.
More importantly, he donates this to the Mumu ult again. So nobody can walk up to Silas for the next 60 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. I think that's the worst part of the entire thing, right? Like if you invade and you die or whatever, I could sort of live with that, or you have like a bad engage or something. But giving this champion like an instant kill button essentially on anybody who's squishy on your team is very, very detrimental, as you might imagine.
Doesn't help that at this point in the game, pretty much
Rags
everyone
the
on that
Boss is
team
going
is
to engage
squishy.
on a JB
Oh,
Roaster, and he does have flash. So he flashes the net. I mean, the camera just decided to run top. Caitlyn somehow escaped that.
Rags,
They're
the boss
going
is
to
dead.
re-engage on a Rags, and the Mumu gets that kill. Arguably not
Wow.
that good because his bounty got reset. What happened in the mid lane here? How did Rags fuck this one up? Quick instant replay. So like it was a nice engage. I mean, I guess Cole legit just flashes away. Okay, I guess. That's the problem with using your Vayne Flash to move like 5 units forward and dodge a net. Like ultimately, you haven't really done that much. Let's get back up to live. I'm at 8:53. 4. They
Yeah,
just killed Rift
54,
Herald. Okay, cool.
5. Yeah.
So Xin Zhao gets the free Rift Herald. Let's be honest, they were never contesting a 10 kill Silas on Rift Herald. Okay, not after they had to spend everything to kill Rags mid. Rags did. I think that with the way the game is set up right now, if Smolder or Gwen are able to get that 700 gold bounty from Silas, they got a chance. If
Yeah,
anybody
I
else
also
gets it, I think they're kind of cooked. And they're probably cooked
yeah,
anyway, but
I definitely I do think like stylistically at a point like Floodlight Aces if the Smolder or the Gwen get it, like that kite back can be very, very strong versus what DillDouDou have drafted, but I mean you gotta
yeah, it's
yeah.
it's
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 rough to
pretty
get there.
rough. Um, so Silas is currently about 2,500 gold ahead of Glenn, which is really rough. But everywhere else is roughly even. Um, not the jungle. Xin Zhao is quite ahead of Amumu, but he's really only 500 gold ahead of Amumu, which is a lot less than I thought it was. Directed camera loves watching us, in this bot lane. JB Roaster steps up, but Brawl meets another E. Dude, this Kamikaze guy has saved JB Roaster's life about a dozen times, I think, from eating those condemns with his shield. And they're actually not able to even get a turret with
Oh,
the Rift Herald.
whoa.
Ooh, Kamikaze was dancing with the devil there for a second. Um, yeah, I mean, GB Roaster is playing with fire. He keeps walking up into these condemns that are definitely gonna hit him into a wall, and then Kamikaze jumps in and saves his ass, and he's done it at least 2 or 3 times I've seen. So big ups to
Oh,
Kamikaze.
Petrichor going
Y is
in.
getting kind of ran down here. I think he's fast enough to get out unless he does something crazy. He's got the third charge of his ult. I mean, he's just gonna clear waves. Meanwhile, Tiny Tater is taking a turret bot lane. And Amumu is taking Krugs while his team gets jumped on. JB Roaster goes down, and so does the Baram that tried to save him. I think it's good for Smolder to be down there. I feel like you probably want Amumu sticking around, but Smolder does get a free turret though. That is quite impactful because I want to say it's what, like 500 gold for killing the turret solo, the tier 2.
Yeah, it's like 700 or
Yeah,
something.
I think it's
Yeah,
that's what
crazy
I was
money.
thinking. It might even be more than that. Like it's a lot of money for a champion to get a solo plate, like a solo turret. I don't even know. I mean, they probably have bounties, I'd assume, but maybe not. No, I guess they don't actually. I feel like they should have objective bounties if we're being honest with ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised they don't. I guess Gold Lead's 4K. Yeah. I
4K
mean, they have
gold
all the
lead, they have
grubs,
both.
but
Yeah, they have. I mean, yeah, they do have all the grubs. That's fair. I was looking at the dragons, but we're gonna try to engage on a 2L meet rider here, but can't really find anything. Kamikaze is playing with fire there a little bit because if that Vayne Condemn hits, you are dunzo. They're just walking their dragon down the river for a second. Maybe are they gonna try to yeah, they're gonna try to give dragon for autocon, but I think they're much too late.
Unfortunately, it does look like it.
I got Silas TPing in, so the one-man army has staged in the top lane. Smolder is going back to clear 6 minions while his team gets engaged on by Silas. Did not end in disaster this time. Just Odo's out for blood, dude. I feel like Tiny Tater needs an RFC, like, immediately. But I have the feeling he is not going to build an RFC. Oh, maybe he is. He's got the slingshot. He might.
I think he'll come to it.
I think RFC is like a required item on Smolder. I think you need it in like your first, not your first item, but like your second or third item. Interesting that he went Shojin. I don't know if people go Shojin on that guy anymore, do they? I thought you go in, I thought you went full crit. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you went full crit, like AD hybrid, like just stack the bonus AD. But
I mean, I guess Shojin into this team is probably a pretty fair purchase because it does give you a little bit of health to live, to not die as much. I don't know if you'd be living, but you can like eat one more spell from Silas maybe. It's got to be worth something.
he does have Cosmic Drive actually, so maybe not even.
Smaller purchase, anti-heal? I'm not sure Smolder is the guy that you want with the anti-heal.
Yeah, I mean,
he does have the dot. And he does have a lot of AoE damage, so I sort of get it. But like, at the same time, that guy is your win con, you know.
Yeah.
Vayne goes down to half health from Y. He's trying to man the Alamo in the bot lane and save this turret, but it's looking like, oh, he's testing him in the bot lane. Y might be able to. Ooh, he got him all low. He wasn't able to actually finish the job though. It's sad. Fiverr showing bot lane while Smolder pushes top. I mean, Smolder is definitely going to get a free turret here. Interesting that Amumu has just opted to sort of invade. I would have thought you would stick Amumu behind and try to mitigate losses, but it seems like it's sort of working out for him a little bit because he's not that far behind in gold. Last I checked. I mean, he's down 1,000, but he's also 3 and 7. So Cole gets engaged on here and promptly goes down. Burn both the sums too. That's rough. They burned 3 sums there actually to try to save him. Petrichor and Rags are gonna start sieging up mid. Gwen does clear waves decently enough. Oh, a Mumu ult goes in. He's able to pin down Rags the boss for a second, but I mean they have a karma. Tiny Tater pops his ult, and Y is just kind of trying to create some space here, I think. Chestoto might get caught out here. Smolder has hit 225. I repeat, Smolder has hit 225. Run the air raid bells.
He's even gonna get this one. Holiday's gonna shield him.
He legit. I mean, dude, if Tiny Tater gets an E off here, he might get both of them. Oh, that's rough. He has RFC too. He must have been so close there. I wonder if he has. I wonder if he lost vision. That might be what. I feel like he was in range for Q if he had RFC. That's a bad beat though. Because that was gonna be like 1,000 gold if he got both of them, and I think he would have because there was no karma shield.
And now he doesn't have flash though for the next fight.
That was a feats difference, by the way. He runs them down. He runs them down if the feats are flipped. Either way, though, Smolder's hit 225. He's in the zone now. Sadly, he is a little bit of gold behind because he bought Executioners, but it's not that big a deal. We got a Baron take going here. We'll see if they run it the whole way through. Petrichor goes over the wall and he finds a Muji. So Muji's stuck in the pit. He's moshing though. He's doing a lot of damage to this. He's actually in the
I
contention.
didn't
He
hear.
steals the
He's gonna get
Baron.
it. He's gonna get
Amuji goes
it.
down, but he's able to take the Baron with him. That's huge. He buys his team another, 2 or 3 minutes at least. Not to
Incredibly
mention
well
the gold
played.
swing.
And if I saw that correctly, like that was really well played. Timing the I don't Smolder ult hits monsters, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, timing that smite to come right after the Smolder ult.
Yeah, really, really solid play. Now, unfortunately, they do give up the dragon here for it, but let's be honest with ourselves. They probably were not winning both of those objectives unless they like team killed on the Baron. But they're
Oh,
gonna try to
Petrichor
push and run
walked
onto
up.
Petrichor here. I don't know if you can do this without Smolder. There's a 3v3 going on in the mid lane, but unfortunately, one of those three players on the
Next to us is a
Dodos
massive
has
shield.
like 12 kills.
Oh, JB Roaster's
JB
not gonna hit the
Roaster
wall.
doesn't hit the
He's gonna
wall, but
just
it
go
doesn't
down,
even
though.
matter because he just gets stat checked. Uh, and man, that is a JB Roaster classic, I'd say. He's gripped defeat from the jaws of victory. Tiny Tater's just gonna try to walk it out here, I think. I mean, he can hold because he's a Smolder with Baron, and he is sort of just like stacking up on these on this clump of 5 champions. But man, it's starting to look a little bit rough. This is the other thing too, is like so since Smolder built Executioners, he's sort of locked into building the anti-heal version of LDR,
Yeah, what a reminder.
which is like minus 5% armor pen, which is pretty rough if you're playing into a team with Dragon Soul, like with Mountain Soul.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Yeah.
like you already on Smolder, you would have needed that armor pen, but then also like they have more armor. Tiny Tater gets tagged by Xin Zhao, spear stab. Looks like Kamikaze's just gonna get caught here. Rags is able to hit a stun onto Caitlyn, who promptly goes down, and so does Braum. Uh, and it lands back down to Tiny Tater to try to win this game. Try to hold him off for another minute or two, but he gets flashed on by Xin Zhao and stunned, knocked up the whole 9. It's looking like it's gonna be a game 1 victory for the Dodos.
Unfortunate.
Unless Amuji and Y can pull off some miracles.
Wyatt going doesn't even hit ult though. I mean, a Mumu ult's 5-man right here.
Yeah, I mean, the Mumu could go
Okay,
Kaka out.
man.
It hit one person.
For 1 man.
Alright,
It's
yeah,
1
this
man.
is doomed.
Never mind.
JB Roaster showing some sportsmanship in the all chat saying, GG, well played. And Rags responds with GG's. He doesn't even say well played. Which is a bit disrespectful, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, one captain clearly is more in it for the game, for the sportsmanship game here.
Pretty bad manners, I'd say. For one captain to say good game, well played, and the other just says GG's. You make me sick. But, sick, healthy, happy, angry. The Dodos have won game 1 either way.
I might be all of those, honestly.
Yeah, this series has made me quite ill.
I mean, happy for DillDouDou, but
I say GG's every
Rags the
game.
boss
Yeah,
win,
bro,
man.
you probably should have said GG, well played. Like that guy, like the other captain did. Disrespectful ass. Baron power play, not toxic. Dude, that's sort of rough that you have to, when you're watching a JB Roaster game, that you have to say not toxic after you say things like Baron power play. Yo, this is looking crazy because JB Roaster is just gonna toss the game anyway. You have to retroactively go back and be like, no, wait, hold on, guys, I wasn't trying to flame him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, a pretty rough game 1 from the Bud Light Aces, I'd say. Not what you want to see. That being said, they're primed for a bounce back, I'd say.
Definitely. I mean, I think a lot of their issue just stemmed from the Silas. That early game pick just taking over the game. 10-1 at some point.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
really hard to not die a ton of times when Silas can walk up E towards you and then press R and you're stunned for like 14 seconds and you take 30 trillion damage. When the
yep,
guy didn't even have to hit an ability on you, you know? I mean, he had to hit an
yep.
ability. He didn't have to hit anything significant. He can legit just root you from like 1200 range with an E ult. It's filthy.
It's pretty disgusting.
And you gotta give props to Petrichor too. He was going ham. You know what that stands for, Charles?
I don't actually. What
It
does that
stands
stand
for
for?
hard as a motherfucker.
Oh wow,
Am I
it's
allowed to
actually
say that on
that goes kind
stream?
of hard.
It does. It is pretty hard. Um, I have the giraffe lol for game two.
Huzzah.
Only thing harder is what Rag's trying to complete a diet probably. Bazinga.
Yeah.
So we are entering into game two. They're gonna ban Jace again. It's just kind of showing some respect to why they banned the Janna again.
And the Ambessa. Wow.
I'm expecting
Two
the
bans
same
for
three
why?
bans. Yeah, just speed running pick bans. They picked Galio again because Dodo is a below what is it? Plat is the
Yeah.
cutoff,
Yeah. No, it's yeah, below plat.
and they give
Dodo.
JP Roaster the Ezreal. So they pick Ezreal Karma bot lane. And it looks like they're gonna stick him back onto Xin Zhao in the jungle again.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean
He played well that first game.
after watching this two halls meet ready guy, run a train on him, it's a little bit disgusting that he can then pick it again. They picked Nautilus. Nautilus to deal with Ezreal Karma? Question mark?
Probably.
Oh no, that's
Uh,
definitely what it is, but I don't know why you would pick that.
I mean, I think that this might be a little bit of an ego check from the side of DillDouDou.
I mean, still though, you're picking Nautilus. All you can see is an Ezreal Karma, and you look at that and you say, "Yeah, I think this is the Nautilus game." I think I would actually like to try to engage in the two people, one of which will shield and heal for like 3 health bars worth. They picked Kale here. They're pulling out all the stops. They said Smolder, not enough scaling. Up it.
I mean,
Double it and give it to the next guy, and then they pick Kale. I mean, that
I
is
really
a really
wonder.
good pick into the dive comp, to be fair.
True. The only thing I fear for here is that DillDouDou have showed off the swap before, where they send ADC support mid and mid laner top. Where are you gonna put this Kale? Because I don't think she's gonna get the free lane they think they're gonna have into Galio.
Um, I don't know. We'll have to see what the other picks are. They banned Callista. Do we really? That
Yeah,
probably
I
is a
mean,
ban for
Rags
us.
is kind of smurfed on it. I'll give him that one.
Well, I haven't seen it with my own two eyes, so it doesn't exist to me. To ban Diana again, again, I don't know how much risk you really are running into Diana.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, Diana is a disgusting champion. Don't get me wrong. I hate that bitch. Okay, she is one of the more annoying champions to play ADC into. But if you've locked Zen Nautilus Gallia, I mean, does Zen lose it to Diana? Is that what it is?
probably. And I know it's also like it's just Amuji is good on the champ.
Yeah, I mean that's yeah. That's part of it too. But damn, I mean, are you showing that much respect? I mean, I guess Diana does have a decent win rate. Diana allegedly has a 40. or Zen has a 47% win rate into Diana.
Alright, so that's pretty.
So it is a little bit of a counter pick, but it's not the worst. Like there are worse matchups, and that probably is that's on the new patch as well. Last patch it was actually worse, so fair enough, I suppose. The pick Skarner. I don't know if I've seen Emoji play Skarner. Has he been playing Skarner this split?
I don't remember seeing it either.
Skarner
I
is
mean,
a
I guess
pretty
it
sick
makes
champ to pick
sense.
though.
Yeah, you don't really want another carry here with Ezreal Kale already. Pick a Herbo CC tank. Really good into the dive. Eh. MF. I am not the
I
ADC
don't know
player,
about
so I'll
that.
let you educate me on this pick. But I personally am not quite a fan.
Yeah, I'm not really sure why you would go MF here. I feel like if you're gonna do something, I feel like Kaisa would have been actually pretty nice.
Yeah,
And they go with Aurora.
I don't like this pick either, really.
Yeah, it's a really weird draft. I feel
I
like
feel like they just get
the Zen
outranged.
like Zen Galio, pretty nice combo.
Uh-huh.
Nautilus, like it's pretty weird to pick that into Ezreal Karma, but I could sort of see it because it is, it's like in that dive mode, right?
hmm
MF is pretty weird.
And Victor here, like
I mean,
I really like
Victor
Bloodlight
is a
Ace's
nice
comp
pick.
here.
Yeah, that their whole draft is really good. This is what I was thinking like last game, right? Like if they didn't have or if they didn't have Caitlyn and instead they had like Victor mid, that game I think goes much smoother if they put smaller bot. Um,
hmm
we'll see. I mean, so Kale will either be playing into actually, I'll be honest, it don't even matter who she's playing into because this Xin Zhao is gonna be in the lane permanently. It's a 2v1, so she's 2v1ing. I really don't think that MF is that good into Israel.
Yeah, no, like I at least they had a comp identity with the first three picks, but these last two, the MF, the Aurora, like
I mean,
ah,
alleged. So according to stats, MF is the fourth counter to Israel right
oh,
now,
okay.
but she's in the same like range as champs like Zeri or like
hmm
Kaisa. I mean, she's like half a percent
Yeah,
higher
champs
win
that
rate
better
to
support
Kaisa,
that
right?
dive comp. The Aurora too. It's like these last two champs are like wombo-y, disengagey, like
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they're gonna try to do the big wombo combo, then more power to them. But
all they really have for
I
that
don't
is
know if you can
Galio.
wombo
Nautilus is
combo
so
against
single
Kale.
target.
No, you're
Yeah.
gonna wombo combo a Kale Karma Ezreal?
Yeah, I mean,
You could probably catch the Victor. But Victor can build Zonias. We'll see. I mean, ultimately, it sort of doesn't matter if Petrichor just drops another like 15 kill nuke, but good news is Victor, I would say is a much safer mid than either of the champs playing mid last game.
yeah. Like we said, I really just like Victor into this comp too. He puts down WR, like,
Yeah.
damn, it's
Well,
playable.
also, I mean the R can actually cut out the MF ult too.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't even think of that.
I don't know if it's actually significant because MF should
Yeah,
probably
he
only
should be
be
on top
ulting
of
when
her, but
people are stunned already, but it exists. Yeah, statistically, Aurora is not a very good pick into Victor. Now to be clear, they didn't pick Aurora into Victor, but
hmm but on the side of Bud Light Aces, it's a good counter pick.
yeah, yeah, a really nice counter pick. Um, Not only does it counter the lane, but it counters their team comp too. I mean, I don't know if it counters it, but so yeah, we're just kind of chilling on the champ select right now. We'll see. I feel like the Bud Light Aces last game were not very together. It felt like they were trying to do. They were playing like two separate games almost. It
hmm
felt like it felt like Smolder and Amumu were sort of on the same page because they were just kind of in a side lane pushing together or like invading together, which is fine if you can make that work, right? But
hmm
and then the other three guys are like, trying to defend the walls, which is a bit difficult to do if you are playing into a Silas with like 3,000 gold more.
Track draft.
Yeah, I think bot lane. Pretty sure that's a wash. I could maybe see if there's like some jungler interference one way or another, right? Like
hmm
I could see MF getting a lead. Um, but I think that lane is Cole's lane to lose, not necessarily
Definitely, especially
their,
with the karma
MF's
support.
lane to
Like,
win. Yeah, Karma support as well as like the dude that champ shields are so massive. Um, Still sort of the same concerns for like Galio and Xin Zhao. I do think it's quite interesting. So the Fearless Draft. How do you feel the Fearless Draft is playing into this team's draft, Charles?
um,
Do you think there was some interesting strategies involved on the Dodo side for the Fearless Draft?
I think there could be. Does Tiny Tater play Aurora, or am I thinking of Balance Spirit?
Balance Spirit is who you're thinking of.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Also, Tiny Tater's on the other team.
That's true.
So
Um,
two misses. Rip.
yeah, it's rough.
It's all right.
Um,
I do think
yeah,
it's
for the
quite. I
moment,
think it's pretty interesting that the Fearless game mode is here so that we can have some interesting diverse drafts.
I do wonder if
Followed
part of
by
these
them picking Galio's Xin Zhao in every game ever, probably.
probably. I do wonder if these like these this Nautilus pick and this MF pick are in part influenced by the fact that like later down in the draft, like you don't later in the game series, you don't want Rags on on MF. Let's be real here.
Yeah, that's
Um,
probably true.
so I wonder if that in part is something that like obviously game five comes out, like come on, you want him on Kaisa, you want him on Missouri. It's fortune. So I wonder if they are kind of holding something in the tank there, just in case. But they do have the game lead, so it is kind of on Budlet Aces to even it out, which is probably part of the reason we see like this Victor pick, this Ezreal pick, both very very comfort champs for those players. Tiny Tater has been going crazy every time I see him play Victor.
I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, no, especially into this comp, like this could be a Victor masterclass.
Oh, it actually could. I mean, everything down to even like, dude, even Victor's slowing with his abilities is like so good in their team.
hmm
It looks like the spectator delay is up. The gates are open. But I'm not loading in. What's up with that? Are you in game?
I am loading in. I know sometimes
Okay, there it goes.
it's right games
I'm in
moment.
now.
Okay, yeah, cool.
I'm at 5 seconds.
I am at I'm at 7. Hold on,
I'm at
let me hit
11,
the
12, 13,
yeah.
14. Okay, cool. JB Roaster said this win is for Fruit Tango. I was bullied for not saying well played last game. Yeah, because that's disrespectful. All hail Fruit Tango. Gotta be careful saying hail nowadays in this climate. Which Reg still has nightmares about. Nightmares. Reg's got nightmares about a lot of stuff, man.
Sure.
Karma. Having to play in the bot lane for 15 minutes straight. Salads. There's a
Oh,
lot for
very true.
Rags to be scared of. They get that same ward. Yeah, I mean, they just sort of. They're just doing their thing. So they're gonna be able to see the Skarner's pathing bot. I mean, I'm pretty sure they should know that Xin Zhao is starting topside because I don't know if he could actually made it back to bot lane or to
Mhm.
like his red. You know, I'm gonna put Petrichor top lane versus Y. So we'll see. I don't know how good. Okay, I don't need. Actually, I now know how bad this lane is. Holy shit, that
Yeah,
was
I
so
was about to
playable.
say this swap changes things actually. I still don't
Uh,
like the comps like stylistically going into the mid game, but like lanes wise, at least you don't have like terrible lanes.
yeah.
Oh, level 1 hit first here, going for Kamikaze here.
Yeah, I mean, Kamikaze's gonna get taken down to half health, but we'll see if Ezreal can get it back. He
Signature hitting
does have
back.
a.
Ooh,
He's got a
E4.
fully stacked lethal tempo
Lethal and
right now.
passive.
If Holiday
Yeah.
tries to hook here, they might
Ooh,
actually be able to turn
huge
this.
hook.
So Karma's able to get away. They burn Ignite on Karma. Oh no. Get the directed camera away from the top lane, man.
Yeah, he's just getting poked. Oh, it's so sad.
Kamikaze goes down to about half health. Yeah, quarter health now. Holiday flash hooks forward, but he eats turret shots, and Holiday is going to go down here. JB
Oh my
Roaster
God, Rex!
might be able to 1v1 the Rags and the minion wave, and he... Ooh. The barrier is buying some
Mark.
time.
Oh, but
But they're
there's traded.
ultimately able to flip that. So it sounds like evoking Fruit Tango's name was able to do some wonders for the bot lane because JB Roaster gets first blood for the first time in maybe like 100 games.
Rex has PTSD versus
Meanwhile, in the top lane, Kale has 6 CS,
JB
but
Roaster.
also
Yeah.
Kale TP's back top lane. I don't know if I'd be doing that, bro. I mean, I guess if
Save that for the inevitable level
like,
6
bro,
solo kill.
just go mid.
That's true.
I'd have ran straight down mid. I'd have said, and there wouldn't have even been a conversation. It would have just been like, I'm not playing this lane, bro. I'm out. I think once Kale gets the attack range, it won't be too bad. But
Mhm.
until then, this is gonna be really hard. Directed camera is legit just sitting here watching why kill minions, bro. Not even kill minions. Watch
Oh,
them die.
yeah.
He's getting put in the cuck chair right now, man, and it's rough. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, they're throwing hands. JB Roaster hits a WQ onto Rags the boss, and it
Oh,
looks like he
they're
might be able to
well,
stat check
they're
him.
just on the
Unless
way.
two Hollis Meat Rider is here to say something about it. JB Roaster is able to
Oh.
secure the feat of warfare by killing Rags again. And that gives Ezreal a sheen. That's pretty significant, and he should be back in time to so that they don't get the dragon for free. Oh no, why? Run away, my friend.
I just yeah, I think, which is very good, but
Yeah, I mean somehow he's only down like 8 CS, but that could just be because of the waves and also because he got killed. You do tend to drop a little bit of CS when you kill somebody. Meanwhile, DillDouDou is holding it down in the mid lane. Tiny Tater is got a little bit of a CS up on him. Amuji's trying to get something done in the top lane, but it seems more like he's just there for relief than to actually threaten Aurora.
yeah, it does
Oh, he's
allow
hitting him
White
with the
to get.
Teemo thumbs up, and he's even got his teammate here to hit him with the thumbs up too. They've coordinated. 2-Loss Meat Rider is coming down bot lane, and JB Roaster has a ward in his inventory. Interested to see how that story ends. JB Roaster, he's getting some poke off. I wasn't sure he was able to actually, if he was going to be able to get the E there, but he was. So they've finally kicked Victor up to top lane. A very wise decision, I would say. We'll see if that stays. I would assume Galio's just going to path top here. Yep. And they're going to put Aurora back mid. Holiday is going to get tethered here. JB Roaster is eating straight into them. And he's able to kill Holiday before he's able to do anything significant. He flashes to
Flash
dodge
out.
the Zen Zhao, and he barriers to keep his health topped up.
Oh,
But it is not going to be enough. Now, Kamikaze might be able to get a return kill onto the Zen here, which he is. And he's just going to kind of walk it out against Rags the boss.
White is on the way down.
Yeah, Wise coming down. I don't know if he can do anything here unless Rags gets baited into some crazy shit. He doesn't actually have any mana, Rags does,
Kamikaze
so
might just kill him.
Kamikaze might be able to just... The minions that
No,
saved his
okay.
ass, bro.
Yeah, minion blocked.
Oh,
Oh,
Mamma Mia.
ouch.
I'm not sure Kamikaze can even hold this wave, bro. I sort of respect it. Hey, we gotta do everything we can to get these JB Roaster. Okay, never mind. He missed a Q. We're doomed. I was about to flame him for his CS, and then he does that. Yeah, I mean, this lane looks pretty unplayable for Aurora.
Yeah, it's just such a range gap.
Yeah, Victor E is a severely unfair ability, I think. That shit has so much range on it. It's actually impossible to dodge. More importantly, I think, is that there is a massive CS gap in the jungle.
There is, yeah, 20-ish
Uh,
CS.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Maybe 15 once all camps are cleared by 2 Hollis, but
Yeah, but
yeah.
you know, in order to catch back up, he's got to give away this dragon. We'll see if they can secure the dragon. Maybe they're not going to go for it. Nope, they're not. Holiday hits a Q onto uh, the Karma, but I mean, at this
JB
point,
Roads are trading well.
we'll see if they can finish off Holiday here. JB Roaster is DPSing like a madman, but he eats
Ooh, the
a
impale.
hook and just dies to the turret. So Rag gets a free kill onto Ezreal. And by free, I mean he traded his support, but they're not people usually.
Spoken like an ADC.
Yeah, I mean they try to get a return kill onto Emoji or Kamikaze in the bot lane here, but they're not able to do it. It does look like they're pinging the dragon though. I don't think they can take that dragon though. And Tiny Tater seems to agree with me because he's throwing some hands. They're gonna no, I mean they're gonna try for it here though. I'm not sure they're allowed to even do this. DillDouDou or DillDouDou is grabbed and he's stunned by Skarner and Victor, and not only do they lose the dragon, but they give Victor like 20 stacks. I think it's 20 nowadays, ain't it? First passive. Yeah. So Victor has his E augment. I think he had it going into that fight, but once Victor gets his E augment, his power goes up pretty substantially. Y is holding it down. I mean, he's only 10 CS down on the on the Aurora. Now there has been a lot of movement
I think
running
that's happened
around,
this week.
right? But it's about to be a little bit worse here too. But even if you're down like 15 CS on Kale into this matchup, bro, that doesn't seem that. Okay, rip. Maybe it is actually just completely unplayable. Victor
Yeah.
TP's top lane to try to save that turret. JB Roaster hits a W, but he does not press the E button. Right now, I think the big thing that's killing him in the bot lane is just having this Nautilus not hit 6 yet, man. I think if Nautilus was 6, they could do a lot more, but Emoji just... Does he get any of those minions? I think he missed like 3 minions. Okay. It's tragic. But we're here in the mid lane watching Dodo get... he's just running away. Tiny Tater is getting killed in the top lane. Directed Camera decided that we would rather watch Kale CS than that fight, by the way. And it
Yo,
looks like
Tiny
they're gonna
Tater,
give the
how
kill
did
to Petrichor. Hold up.
Never mind.
Okay, yeah, that I think that he put some fear in Petrichor's eyes there, man.
Too close for comfort there.
He put the fear of God in him. JB Roaster dropping the crying bee emote. A classic. Regs is poking him like crazy with the Qs, but somehow Ezreal, he must be sitting on like 500 trillion gold, no?
Let
He's
me
sitting on
check.
1,000. I mean, he's even in gold against the MF just because he's down like 20 CS. I don't think they're gonna be able to stop his recall here. Yeah, no. So yeah, I mean, pretty much even in gold. You know, Kale is quite down in gold compared to Aurora. I mean, that's just gonna kind of happen. And Skarner's actually down 400 gold in the jungle. But on the flip side of that, I mean, Victor's up about the same amount, about 400.
Hmm.
Got 200 advantage to Ezreal, and then 1,000 gold to Karma over the Nautilus. I guess just from the assists and from picking up that one kill. Why is breakdancing in the mid lane to try to escape, and he's able to do it. Nice feat, brother. What? Ragus boss is in between the turrets. JB Roaster burns his barrier to try to survive, and he's going to be able to live. Emoji is going to engage right here, but there's going to be a 4v3 in the bot lane. JB Roaster is quite low, though. Holiday throws a hook, and he just eats 3 turret shots. He's on that Rags diet.
Oh.
Rags is able to barrier to survive Ezreal, and Emoji is taking damage, but the kill saves him. Meanwhile, 2Hall's Meat Rider is on 1 HP, and Y is able to execute him. So DillDouDou, it looks like, is also going to go down to this Kale, and that's a triple kill to Kale. What a huge flip. Petrichor is looking to clown really quickly. I think he's going to be able to pick up a... Oh no, Emoji runs out of the map, so... They might sacrifice Kamikaze. No, Kamikaze even lives. They didn't have any... He's got potions and shit. So...
Flash burn.
Petrichor! Bro!
Oh my god.
This Karma champion is disgusting, by the way.
Wow.
3,000 HP shield every half second? Yeah. Meanwhile, Tiny Tater 821 has been taking about 4 plates in the top lane. Again, about half of what Rags usually does in one sitting. But still pretty good. And overall, disaster has struck for the blue team for the Dodos. I think that might be the worst thing that could have happened there. We got a TP going down in the bot lane. They're going to try to get it back in blood. Kamikaze is just running. This guy is level 8. Holy. Alright, MF is able to shut down the Karma. But At what cost? We're about to find out. Holiday gets blown up by Ezreal, uh, but it looks like Kale is going to get dove and murdered promptly. So Amuji is kind of running around trying to deal with this, but JB Roaster has absolutely no regard for his low health bar. It looks like
I
they're going to be
respect
able
it.
to run down Petrichor. Skarner gets the shutdown. Probably would have preferred for that to be on Victor, but I don't think it's that bad. I mean, Skarner has 4 kills. Holy shit, I didn't even notice. He's been
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good.
absolutely dicking people down left and right. Uh, so they're gonna try to challenge this dragon here. No Victor W makes things a little bit scary, but they're able to take that Cloud Drake. And Amuji's trying to fight here. He flashes out, and the MF ult comes down, but it only really damages the Skarner, and he's able to get away. They have TP from Kale here, and Kamikaze is getting poked a little bit, but not quite enough to really cause any problems. Uh,
Meanwhile, I mean,
and it looks like the Bud Light Aces are going to try to engage here. Galio comes down, and the Kale ult comes out,
ooh,
but
good
Xin Zhao is
time.
able to ult out,
Towards the air.
and Y goes down on the Kale. So they trade Kale for Galio, it looks like, and Petrichor is just taking crazy amounts of
Yeah.
damage from JB Roaster, who's able to finish him off. Holiday goes down as well to him. And it's going to be a, what, 4 for 2, 4 for 1 in favor of the Bud Light
Not what you
Aces.
want to see.
And they also got the Dragon, which is another compounding issue. Uh, it's starting to look like, things are snowballing in the favor of the Bud Light Aces this game. I think the biggest thing is those 3 kills onto Kale were huge. And also, there's been some misfiring in the bot lane from these engages. Nautilus had that really had a really solid hook, I think, early onto Ezreal, but since then he's trying to force fights, but the Karma's just got too much AP or cooldown or whatever the fuck she has, because she's stopping every single attack. And it's also pretty hard to, I mean, like Nautilus into Ezreal is just so difficult because I mean, Triforce just gives you so much health.
Mhm.
Uh, Meanwhile, while the Bud Light Aces take a little bit of a breather, Xin Zhao and the gang have hopped over to take Rift Herald. So they secure Rift Herald, and Y is maybe getting caught out here. I'm not sure they can actually kill him. Oh no, he doesn't have ult up, so Y has no ult, so he's gonna just die here. Uh,
Who else? Meanwhile, are gonna take that with
he
the W.
does kill it. Yeah, he gives it to Zen, so it's better on Zen than MF
On the
probably.
ADC, yeah.
Chestoda flashes over the wall so that he can dodge a Skarner ult. And they're gonna try to pressure this top lane, but if they see, like, Holiday engages onto JB Roaster into the turret, but they burn both their ults and they do roughly 200 damage to JB Roaster. So he just kind of wipes them clean. That's what I'm saying. Like, man, you can't really play Nautilus into in a Karma Ezreal. You just can't do that like double ult right there.
Mhm.
Unless you're significantly far ahead. Amuji's just gonna try to hold this turret in the mid lane. He does get a turret shot onto Petrichor, so we'll see if anything comes of that. Probably not. And now that we have a little bit of a lull in the action, I'd say that the game is in the hands of the Bud Light Aces. It's not a
I would agree.
guaranteed win or anything like that, but they're up 3,000 gold. They're playing Kale, Victor too. These champions scale like madmen. Uh, Especially the game, I'd say, is in the hands of JB Roaster, because let me tell you, this guy can troll sometimes. That's some of the beauty of watching JB Roaster play, is that you don't know, and you don't know if he's gonna have his hands on display or if he's just gonna kind of run it. But his Ezreal has been quite solid this game so far, so we'll see if he can keep it up. The good news is that their team is not super difficult to play Ezreal into. Like, you just press Q in their general direction every once in a while, and it'll hit one of their tanks, probably.
Mhm.
And if it doesn't, then, as long as you save your E for Xin Zhao jumping you, or for the like Nautilus MF combo, then you're pretty good. MF did complete her cold right now. She's like 20 CS up on Ezreal, so she's not super far behind. Amuji's gonna go in, but he's just airballing his dive through, and I'm gonna choose to believe that was intentional because he didn't want to take that fight.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean both teams sizing up the Otacon. The Nautilus is looking for a push here. I think if JB Roaster and the Bud Light Aces can hold this turret for a little bit longer, they might be able to get something top, but they're not going to. So JB Roaster
TP coming
eats
in
the
from
Nautilus ult, but it
Tater.
doesn't matter. Skarner only hits one person, and JB Roaster doesn't have his E back up, so he might get taken down by the Xin Zhao. He's going to be able to get killed by the MF.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Y only
Tactical's on
has
the
like 300
side.
health. I don't know where his health went. And it's looking like it's a bit of a disaster for the Bud Light Aces. Unless they can pull it
So
back
far,
together.
but Amuji and
Everybody's
Tater
back
do
down to
work
1
here.
HP, and Victor's able to take down Petrichor. He's able to take down Aurora. 2L's Meat Rider gets stunned up by this Skarner, and I'm not sure that MF has enough consistent damage to really take down Skarner here. Especially with the support from... Okay, never mind. Not from Karma. But Amuji's able to take down the MF just by sitting on her. Usually Rags is the one killing people by sitting on him. And Amuji's able to run away, pretty easily. Oh, maybe not pretty easily. Amuji gets a shield. 2L's Meat Rider, can he do it? I mean, they trade. Xin Zhao does get a 500 gold bounty, so it's probably worth, but I don't know. On the other hand, you gave Xin Zhao a 500 gold bounty. He does have 7 kills. He sort of is going crazy on him. JB Roaster is just bullying Holiday for trying to place some wards down. Maybe JB Roaster could learn a thing or two with his 9 vision score looking at. But overall, a pretty bad collapse from the Bud Light Aces. I think Cole he didn't position. They shouldn't have even been under that turret. I think.
Mm-hmm.
If this guy had pressed the 4 button, I think in the bush between tier 1 and tier 2 turrets, they could have got out in time. But it's looking like they're gonna try to maybe put some pressure on the dragon. But Kamikaze gets poked out a little bit for taking that, and Holiday just gives his life for the sin of existing. JB Roaster is going to get poked down quite a bit here, though, but Kayla is there to save him. And huge taunt is actually going to just win him the fight outright. Damn!
Oh my god, Solar Radiant's chunking. Crazy out here.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. What the shit? Can 2L's Meat Rider sniff out this Ezreal? Yeah, you can smell JB Roaster from a mile away, let me tell you. That guy does not shower. Allegedly. Maybe something's changed since the last time I saw him, MF has 3 longswords in inventory right now. Huge taunt from DillDouDou, though.
Yeah, no, definitely. Group them all there. Petrichor got. I believe that was at least a 2-man Q, and that ability is not very thick.
Yeah, nah. And again, I mean, JB Roaster playing like melee range Ezreal. Did this guy take the what is it? What's the name of the augment, dude, that turns you melee? Fuck,
Draw your
bro.
sword.
Yeah, he took draw your sword this game. Oh no, why? Watch out, brother. That's a tri-brush, man. He's out. They're starting to collapse a little bit. I think this is a macro issue. Tiny Tater pushing out top lane and taking that tier 2 turret is good. But it's only good if your team doesn't die like 3 for 1 on the other side of the map. Meanwhile, DillDouDou is kind of getting ran down here, and they're going to be able to... I mean, I assume they're going to be able to kill him. But at what cost, right? It takes him so long to kill him there. Aurora is going to be pushing mid lane. Rags and Holiday are going to be pushing bot lane. Looks like Rags just going to ult the wave. They're not able to completely take the turret, but it's on, 300 HP. And I have found actually after watching some of these OLS games, and
Mhm.
I see it as well in my games too. I think it might actually be more dangerous for your team to have like a 200 HP turret than for it to just be
Yeah.
dead. The false sense of
And with that,
security will end you.
did Chess Dodo die? Sorry, I
Yeah,
spaced out for a second.
yeah. Chestoto got ran down by Skarner and Victor Top.
As Rags and I literally talked about this, it was a joke that Chess Dodo always he has that exact problem.
Oh yeah, he kind
He
of
doesn't see third HP.
he strays. Did you talk to him about the Petrichor thing of I mean getting caught right there apparently?
Uh, that didn't come up, but actually, I'm
I
gonna.
mean Petrichor gets picked, so they lose Otacon. They're pinging Baron like they're gonna try that. I mean
It would be
Rags
Rags
is just
above there.
shooting it, but Jesus Rags, I don't think you can do this, man. This is an
This is a
absolute
Rags above
psychotic
classic.
call. The
It's a
ghost of
classic.
JB Roaster has
It's a
possessed this
classic.
guy. Holy.
Oh, the flash a little bit suspect, but still
And
gonna do
they,
the W
yeah,
stunning up
Tiny Tater
in the end.
is
Still gonna
kiting
do a
a
ton of
little bit.
damage.
He's able to hold him in place though is the thing.
Oh, Rags
Because
the
I
boss
think
Baron.
Amuji might be able to grab one of them. No.
No, it doesn't look like it, unfortunately. Kamikaze, not
Uh.
even gonna get the root.
Okay, yeah. If he's not gonna get the root, then they're definitely not gonna catch him. What the hell was that? Yeah, I don't know what happened. I don't know why you would start shooting the Baron there. That's crazy to me.
He loves those Baron calls. I played on a team with him.
I
This guy
feel like
loves that Baron.
there's four other people who are not a fan of the Baron call.
It's a bit of an authority dip.
I think they saw the Victor TP as well. They must have
It's
seen him
definitely
fly
a
through
choice.
mid. Maybe not. They are gonna try to make a swift strike into this bot lane turret though. But we've got a TP coming down to try to save it. So we'll see if they can. Yeah, they're not even gonna be able to get that turret. That's tough to call everyone down to hike all the way over. They're gonna hit them with the OLS classic bush cheese. Uh, we'll see if what can they catch. That's the question. Petrichor is going in. He hits a 5-man ultimate. Y drops an ult on a kamikaze while MF just blows up his whole team. Tiny Tater
Rags is
kills
also doing
the
a lot of damage here.
Aurora, but yeah, Rags' damage has popped off now. It looks like he's going to get taken down by
Ooh.
Y and JB Roaster, but they're both on 1 HP. I'm not sure how much more they can really endure here. Y's going to get killed by a stiff breeze, but luckily there's nothing going in the wind right now. He goes down to the Xin Zhao, but now it's Skarner versus, in this 1v2 situation. Skarner he's Thanos. This guy is tanky. He's got a Heart Steel. He's got a Bramble Vest, or a Thorn Mail, so it's not like they can even hit him back. Two Halls Meat Rider is gonna be able to get away, it looks like, but Holiday, I mean, he's cooked. Could have gotten another Heartsteel stack there, though. Muji's hunting for Xin Zhao, but I think he is just kind of assuming that he recalled. Uh, who's that TPing? Aurora? Yeah, so Aurora TP's in and is able to break up that dragon. Uh, a little bit sad to not be able to collect that fourth dragon for free, but um, maybe it's still in the cards. I mean, Imuji is half HP, which is roughly twice the HP of anybody else in the game, it feels like.
Yeah, no, that Heart Steel, 300 stacks on it, 2 more
Yeah,
tank
it's
items.
crazy. And the important thing to note is that they don't, DillDouDous don't have any of their ults or anything here, which is what half their team is built on. Tiny Tater does take a pretty large amount of poke right there, and Chestoto gets a big TP onto the backline, but he's not able to hit a W off of it. Kamikaze's running for his damn life. Somebody please help this man. While Amuchi tries to hit the Hextech Dragon, Amuchi is able to secure the Hextech Dragon. Galio hits an ult onto Y, but it's not able to get any follow-up, and Karma gives a 50 trillion HP shield to his whole team. JB Roaster jumps out of Petrichor and is able to take him down, and it's going to be an ace. A 5-0 clean sweep
Sheesh.
for the Bud Light Aces. Huge play
did not expect that
from
at
everybody
all.
there.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, you love to see Imuji hitting the smite. That's huge. Kamikaze's shields are just absolutely degenerate. They are
Ridiculous.
so huge.
Yeah.
everybody's sort of doing their part. Why is dancing in and out of the engage ranges of the guys? I mean, Victor's laying down crazy ass amounts of DPS. JB Roaster is existing. Really, really, really clean, tight team fight. They take an inhibitor for their trouble and a free turret. Rax is looking like he's gonna try to attack Y here, but I mean, God, brother. He gets engaged on by Muji, who is able to abduct him.
Oh wow,
Dude,
that guy's
Skarner must be hella strong if he's pulling 2 tons like that. Uh, 2LS Meat Rider jumps on a Tiny Tater who is gonna die to the Aurora flashing on. Meanwhile, Y is getting chain CC'd and is killed by DillDouDou. So they, it's actually goes down to a 2v3. I mean, Holiday is gonna get killed by the Skarner, and Kamikaze probably is gonna get killed by these two guys. But the question is, can they even kill Imuji here? I don't think they can. I think they just kind of got
yeah.
two
Gotta
ships
take it.
passing in the night.
Yeah.
I don't know what Imuji been eating, bro. He been eating his spinach or something. He ain't been eating Krugs. I'll tell you that much. He got a few little Krugs. The scariest thing I think for the Bud Light Aces is that their mid lane is relatively open. It's like the T3 is open in mid lane, right? Elder Dragon is coming up momentarily. I should have the what's it called? Oh shit! What's the button to turn on the timers? Shit. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna stop pressing things because I might break something. But I'm pretty sure Dragon will be up shortly, right? So if you are losing Elder Drake, that could get really scary, especially with this big Wombo team. You can see the gold,
Definitely, yeah.
gold distribution. Skarner's actually down in gold to Xin Zhao, which is insane to me. And Victor's up 3k on Galio, which is not too surprising. We've got an engage here. They engage onto Imuji. That may be a lesson in futility right there. MF is going to ult Narnia. Meanwhile, 3 people try to beat up on Imuji. They literally have not scratched his health bar. He's finally starting to take some damage after 15 seconds in combat. But overall, nothing really happens except for MF burning her ult. I guess the Victor burns his ult as well. Petrichor is launched over the wall. I don't think that was intended. But it doesn't end up being any negative form. But I mean, Kale level 16, that's pretty horrifying to see if you're anybody who wants DillDouDou to win. Looks like they're just going to try to take this Baron for free here. I'm not really sure how much they can do without the MF ult, but we're about to find out. DillDouDou runs in, he gets a 2-man stun. Tiny Tater has to turn golden to survive. They did burn the Kale ult, and the Baron is going to go down to Skarner, who is able to hit it on a perfect timer, and they just clean up everybody. It's another clean 5-0.
Yeah, Muji's been so clutchly smart.
He was. I'm not going to cap. Imuji's my boy. He was turbo inting game 1. But game 2, he picked it up like crazy. Very, very, very good engages from him all across the board. He's legit just like rolling up on people like Thanos. They can't touch him because he's got, 3 health bars, doing the damage of a bruiser. It's really, 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 really big showing from Imuji there. I think he was like the difference maker, I would say. Like bot lane, JB Roaster was doing his thing, and he was doing it well. And I mean, the Victor Kale like dancing that they did to try to get lane swaps to match up properly. I think that they executed that relatively well. Kale wasn't really too far behind. She was behind, no doubt, but she wasn't as far behind as you would sort of hope, right? But I think Skarner was really like the glue that held things together here. Especially in those later game team fights where it's like, dude, my Ezreal, he flash E'd and still didn't get away, and my Kale is like Top, my Kale has no ult. She burned her ult already. She's dead. My Victor's split pushing top lane, and I'm playing Skarner, and I just got to nut up and kill 3 people, and he delivered every single time.
Yeah,
Really,
yeah.
really, really big showing from the dude. Not to say that he was carrying by any means though. Everybody was putting in some work.
I mean, even JB Roaster and Wyeth. I mean, the KDAs might not be what you want to see from carries, but they were putting in work.
Yeah, absolutely.
JB Roaster, especially in the early game. I mean, Rex the Boss was just losing to him. This guy's got PTSD against the Ezreal. I swear to God.
Yeah, I mean, if all it takes is if all it takes to beat Rags is mental booming him by picking Ezreal, and then he just like goes and tries to 1v1 Baron in the middle of the game, uh,
That's just
you
him.
want to
That's
pick.
just him.
You might. Oh, it's not linked to the Ezreal pick at all.
Oh no 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 no! Rags just loves that Baron
Oh,
play.
I see. Hold on, I'm gonna reboot my client so I can type and heckle JB Roaster. I don't have much to heckle him for after that game. He played pretty well. Gotta give credit where it's due. Let me reboot my client. Dude, every time I get on my Smurf and then I go back to my main, it kills my chat. Like, it won't work ever until I reboot the entire client. Scoop said this Gallia champ. Yeah, that champ is crazy, dude. I mean, honorable mention to the two gold players on or the two guys who are not like diamonds on Rag's team, right? Uh,
Hmm.
Chess was hitting way above his weight that game.
Hmm.
he he was pretty much the reason why they won many of the fights that they won, or why they didn't just get curb stomped, right?
Definitely,
Uh,
yeah.
and then as well, like 2L Rider's Zinzao was very, very, very good as well. It sort of got overshadowed by the Skarner because Skarner, I don't even know where Skarner picked up his first 4 kills, to be honest with you. But like
Started strolling up the team fights
people
like Thanos.
people just sort of died at some point. And even though the Xin Zhao was going crazy, it just isn't really enough when Skarner's built like a shit brick house, like right in front of you. Dude, why? Okay, my chat's back up.
All right, I will be right back. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, but
Yeah, I probably will too. You like that, Poppy? Yeah, JB. Hey, you done good. We 2v2 killed them on cooldown bot. Alright, Colt, you did kill them frequently in the bot lane 2v2, okay? I'm not sure it was you killing them as much as it was Nautilus flashing into the turret, bro. But yeah, I mean overall, a very very nice comeback game from JB Roaster. Can JB Roaster make me throw out my draft strat? I believe. Mechapula. He's saying I'm prepping for Rags. Okay, but Megapula, have you considered that against Rags you can basically just wait for him to try to 1v1 the worm? Like I think all you really have to do is like just drag the game out until Rags tries to go solo Baron on a misfortune. But yeah, I mean we'll see. I think there are some adjustments that the team headed by Rags can do to try to make things better. I think one, probably the more important thing is to get Petrichor on something he's really really comfortable on. Secret third option, feet fetish with the steel chair, surprise finals. True, actually. I mean, I could sub in. All I'm saying is, if I subbed in for Rags that game, JB Roaster gets clapped. Okay. Give me the cast. Yeah, you can hop in the cast if you want. Fans of the French Challengers team DVM released tear gas and committed assault during their offline match. Dude, that's the second assault I've heard of today after watching JB Roaster do those things to to Rags the boss in the bot lane. He might actually have a better merit to the assault charge than the French Challengers team DVM. We might need to call the police on JB Roaster for what he did to Rags that game. I think we should probably open an investigation. Pick bans are back up. I'm almost certain it's going to be the same three bans, and probably the same pick as well. I bet they picked Galio first, just too. They banned the Zeri. I think that's a good ban. I don't know. I don't think they've been banning Zeri in the first rotation before.
Hello, hello.
Yo, it's good.
Not much. I caught the tail end of game two there. I
It was a
have
banger game.
yeah. I have some old teammates on the Bud Light Aces here. So
Oh, word. Who did you play with?
I played with Kamikaze and I played with a JB. So I'm not sure if I want them to win or lose, but
I mean, I hate watch JB Roaster more than anybody, but
yeah, it's
if
definitely
there's
interesting.
anybody I want to, I'd rather see
It's
JB
Rags, right?
Roaster in the finals than Rags. I'm not gonna cap.
Yeah, like I'm sort of in the same boat.
It's I don't know if I can say the names on stream. Two bad dictators fighting each other, bro. That's what I
I
liken
saw
it to.
two very very
We might get TOS if I say what the picture was.
two very evil people.
Yeah, but
David is good on support, man. David, of course, being Kamikaze. That guy's a pretty solid support.
yeah, dude. Did you see any of game one?
No, I did not.
I think he might have eaten. He played Braum into Vayne, and I think he probably ate three condemns that would have killed JB Roaster.
Okay.
Like he
Well,
he
I mean,
he
JB
actively
Roaster.
was
If there's anything we know about JB Roaster, he definitely needs a support that can save his behind
actually
as
true.
often as possible.
So they pick away the Galio actually. So they regularly they've been banning Syndra usually in the second rotation. Uh, but it looks like they've actually decided to pick away Syndra for presumably for
I don't know how I
which
feel about putting Tiny Tater on the Galio, unless it's a flat Galio top
It
because
could be a
I feel
Y.
like,
It could be Y playing it.
yeah, because I think Tiny Tater's a really great like carry, right? I
You
think
could
they
play it
need it.
support.
That's also true. It's a good flex pick, especially into Syndra.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
Although I think
Oh, they
we
picked.
saw it one time, like people did like a Galio flex, and I saw a Galio bot with Caitlyn. I don't know if you remember that. That was horrible. Sometimes like you have to have a plan for how the flex is going to work, or it can be pretty bad.
Yep. Look, Galio Caitlyn is not really too bad of a lane, to be honest with you. I mean, depending on who they're against, right? But
Yeah, that was the big one. That's, but I feel like JB Roaster, for all his faults, that tends to be an 80 carry that can punch above his weight class.
yeah,
Given if
he
he's on,
can. He can. He's definitely like I think he's got like diamond level ceiling, but he's got
yeah,
like gold level floor.
yeah,
Sometimes you
it's
see
perfect.
him
Yeah,
play and he's like absolute garbage. But sometimes you see him play and you're like, no, this dude's got hands. And then he does something really stupid and you're like,
I mean he is a Jackie LaFin, right?
yeah,
Takes after
true.
his own.
Till the end. So yeah, they
Is Gwen
pick.
still up? I would pick
No,
Gwen if
Gwen
I.
got fearless. They played Gwen
Yeah.
game one. Yeah, Y played
Cinder's not bad
Y
here.
played Gwen and Kale already, which it means your options for scaling an Ornn are sort of limited. Um,
It is an immobile carry in Norn, so some like a nice. There's a good bruiser pick probably. Oh, what the?
they
Oh,
picked the
they picked
Gwen.
it. Okay, yeah. I
So
was gonna say I think Gwen into red
Gwen
side is
into
already
yeah, Gwen into
amazing.
Maokai Galio sounds unplayable for the Galio and Maokai.
And that should be a
I'm
Gwen jungle.
assuming that's a Maokai support and a like a Galio mid. I don't think you I don't think you can pick Maokai into like a silver top laner and like feel good about it. You know what I
I
mean?
think Y pulls out here if he plays it. I think it's a good Jace game.
Jace's banned.
Okay, never mind. I forgot I said
So
anything.
probably not a great probably not a great pick for what?
Oh,
They
I
lock
think
in the
Bud Light Aces have.
Jinx.
I think they lost. They got lost in the sauce, bro. This doesn't look good to me.
No, I actually I can fuck with this a little bit. Like Jinx is one of the champs that should actually be able to kill Ornn. And
She needs to win though, and for as much as we shit on Rags, like he's a okay. He's I think he can lane better than JB.
well, hey, Cole just clapped him.
All right, we'll see then.
They
We'll
basically
see.
kill to quote JB Roaster, they killed Rags on cooldown 2v2. Now there was some other interference in the way of Nautilus like flash hooking into the turret like twice, but
80 bruiser that can go dummy here for red side, like
the Van
Renekton.
Lulu,
If
that's
you
good.
one. Uh, trying to go through like
No, I
the
think what they
popular
need,
80.
I think they lock in the Vladimir. If they can play Vlad, I think Vlad's good here. Put Vlad top lane
Yeah,
into Ornn, you just let him scale. Or you play it into
that's not bad.
Syndra, and I'm pretty sure I feel like Vladimir should absolutely demolish a Syndra. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like you could just dodge her ult and you're sort of good. They so they banned out 4 ADCs. Um if you're Rags, who are you playing here? He's already played MF and he's already played who did he play game 1? Vayne.
Varus could play
He
Varus.
could play Varus,
Varus
yeah.
is,
Varus is up. I think Varus probably is the play here.
from what I understand, he's not a particularly difficult 80 carry, and Rags can play it. Rags can also go Ash in a team comp like this, I think, and it's pretty good. But maybe it's a no damage. But the thing is, you have Syndra Gwen, so going utility 80 carry, I don't even mind. Something like Sivir, I think, is also pretty nice.
Nah, I think Sever's a terrible champ. I think that
I
champ's
think it's a
too.
bad. I think okay, yeah. I think in theory Sivir would be good, but I think you're right. It's just a bad champ. But
Um,
Corki, you
yeah.
could play Corki here.
Ooh, they throw Warwick in the mix. Nah,
I like
I
Warwick.
expect they'll pick Varus here. Varus has got a decent lane matchup into Jinx.
Yeah,
And Rags doesn't really play anything. There's not
Kate?
really
Is there a
anything
world? Is there a world you
available.
go Kate here?
Kate she got like steel chaired with these most recent nerfs.
Okay.
I think maybe they'll play. I could maybe see like Smolder. I think Smolder would actually be kind of nice. Um,
Red side has a bit of a damage
they
problem.
haven't shown the support is the thing. We'll see. So it looks like they are. It looks like they are gonna go Ash.
Yeah. It's either Ash or
Which is pretty
Varus.
fair.
Those are, yeah. I think Ash Renata you can be pretty happy with if you're if Holiday plays it. I don't know if he does.
Nah, he's a master support. He should be able to play most stuff.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they haven't been picking like the Bard.
Maybe they pick it here, game 3, all on the line. I think blue side smashed the draft. I don't know.
I think Bard. I think Bard would be a nice pick here. Braum.
I,
Braum's
I
pretty
was
good too.
I'm a Braum merchant. I love Braum, but
That
I also
champ
think it's
is
a good
that
pick
champ's
away.
busted.
It's a good pick away from that. But
They
bro,
played Braum already. It's
okay.
fearless anyway.
I honestly think we send Maokai support. You go Galio mid, and I think we try to get like a
Teemo!
carry cat.
Oh, they're going full meme mode.
That can't be real, right? Is it?
I mean, they need AP.
Do they? Do
Oh,
you have
good
Is
heavens.
Galio not got the hybrid build anymore?
Galio don't do damage. He doesn't do dude. Galio does not do enough damage that I feel comfortable with him being my only AP champion. Into a
That's
Gwen.
that's fair.
Teemo is a very interesting pick.
I mean Warwick is an interesting pick as well, but how does Warwick work with Gwen W? Do you still just go on her?
I actually have no
Do
idea.
you know?
I
Yeah, I don't
assume
know
you
how
mean
that
with the
works.
ult.
Yes, with
Yeah,
ult.
because he jumps inside her shroud, so he can hit her normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel about this
Works.
draft, Charles?
I just got back.
Did
My
you
roommate
did you have
hit
Teemo last
by
pick
her
on your bingo
roommate.
card?
Yeah, that I can definitely say I did not expect.
So I guess it's gotta be like Jinx Maokai bot and then Galio mid
Is
slash
Warwick
top.
top?
Yeah, no, it's gotta be Warwick jungle I think, and you put Teemo top.
Oh, nice shot. Do you need a stream, by the way?
Yeah, I was just
Okay.
watching the Twitch stream for now.
Yeah, I will. I will. What's it called? Before we get into game, I'll stream.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't. I guess Teemo actually does do a lot of damage, right? But when you're playing Teemo into like uh Ornn with the long range engage into like Gwen with the W, I feel like this is a pretty hard Teemo game.
Well, Gwen W shouldn't do anything to Teemo. Why would Gwen care about I mean, you like step on a shroom and you still take damage.
Well, not the shroom. I guess I just mean like if a Teemo is just like hitting.
Uh,
But I guess Teemo's just
well,
gonna do most of his damage through the shrooms anyways.
so like if Teemo is hitting a Gwen and Gwen goes in, you can just blind the Gwen and run away.
That's true. Wait, oh, I didn't. Yeah, because Gwen does like to
Gwen,
auto,
you
right?
you would have to stack up the Gwen Q before you go in, I think, which you can do, and I think you still certainly would take damage, right? If you're just Teemo queuing and running away. Like the Gwen's gonna stick some stuff onto you, but I don't think it would be as bad, you know. I think the biggest issue I have with the Teemo pick is that you pick Teemo into an Ornn who can sort of just run into shrooms. Like, if that guy, I mean, maybe he's not going to build an EMR because there's not too much magic damage.
And I guess it's good for the rest of the team if he does go MR, right?
It's good for Jinx at least, and
Well, it's good for
they're
Warwick.
all playing for. I mean, this team is almost
Yeah, that's what I
entirely
mean.
playing for Jinx,
I
right?
don't like when you just put all the marbles in one basket on a team. Like I like when you have like a secondary carry.
Yeah, I mean, Warwick can definitely be a secondary carry, and so can Teemo. They both can put in a lot of work. I don't see Galio or Maokai doing any hard carrying, but
Yeah, exactly.
I think Maokai could be a quite nice pick into the Gwen, at least, because you can like bump her off, you know. If your only goal is not really to survive, but it's just to make sure that Jinx survives, Maokai is a pretty nice champ to have around, and same for Galio, I'd say.
We'll see. We'll see how the game shakes out, man. I
Yeah.
think if this Warwick can put in some early work and sort of save the Jinx lane, because Ashe Braum should win into Jinx whatever. But if Warwick can save the Jinx lane, I think there's an avenue. And I think if you're a red side this game, you kind of want to deny grubs from the Gwen Ashe team.
Yeah, I agree. I think
But I don't know.
I
I
like
see.
the
I
Warwick
always
pick a
have this
lot
question,
actually.
right?
Warwick jungle should absolutely throttle a Gwen. Like that shouldn't be playable, I think.
That's true. I mean, I think.
Until like level 12, right?
This
But
is the emoji guy, right?
yeah, it's emoji.
Isn't he like a farmer? This
No,
guy's like,
emoji is
no.
typically pretty gank heavy.
Okay, I was gonna say. So I thought that guy was typically a good old farmer. I was like, I was.
Nah, he usually played back when I used to play with him a lot. He used to play like Kane, Hecarim, like more. I mean, like he will farm it out sometimes, but he's not like it's not like he only farms, you know. I mean, he was up 20 CS on 2LS Meat Rider last game, but he also had like he was like 4-1.
Bro, that Skarner was like you said it. He was like Thanos, bro.
Yeah, that
That was
guy
crazy.
he had some aura, as the
There
kids
was
say.
something wrong there. There was something abnormal going on there. Maokai. I think Maokai without Flash is going to be pretty useless this game. You know, you have an Ornn that can sort of block the roots. You have a Gwen. You have a Braum. A lot of easy ways to mitigate that Maokai ult. But if he can flash onto one of the carries, there's definitely some work that can be done. Um,
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't think I think he can catch Ashe, but he's
yeah,
not catching Sindri.
I think the name
And
of the game
there's
is get Jinx a reset and pray. That's the name of the game.
yeah, pretty much.
And have Teemo split. Teemo split's actually pretty strong. He kind of does work on the turrets, I think.
I don't know if it's. I
That little
mean,
rat is unkillable too. You
yeah,
just put shrooms out. And
he's definitely a good split pusher. I am not sure he wins into Gwen. I think Gwen
He can
might
get
act.
out. The thing is, like, you don't need a
He can get
champion that
out, yeah.
necessarily wins. It's like you just need a champ that can draw attention, right?
The
And if Gwen is not in these fights, I think Red Side is very happy in a 4v4.
yeah, I agree.
And if you're missing an
Well, the other
Ornn,
thing too
well,
is like if they dispatch Gwen to go deal with Teemo, because like honestly, who else is dealing with Teemo on this team? Maybe Syndra, right? Maybe you
yeah,
stick Ornn up there and then have him TP in. But if you're putting Gwen up there to try to get like a positive in that lane instead of just trying to mitigate Teemo, you don't have your jungler for like objectives, which is
yeah, exactly. And
not advised. I
I
mean,
think
it.
Syndra would be the correct answer into the Teemo, but again, that's also a main carry, right? And the thing about Ashe is you can be very strong on Ashe, but unless you're putting on like a Yvonne 7 performance
and we aborted.
That's what I'm saying. What just happened?
I do believe someone clicked quit.
No shot.
Oh, but it was spec delay actually.
Did they
Wait.
remake?
Yeah, I'm so confused actually. Wait, because it was
Somebody forget
spec delay.
them.
Normally that only happens when you're in lobby, right? I could just be going crazy.
No, they definitely they had to
It's
have
like
reset.
20 seconds left. Yeah.
Rune bug is what JV Roaster says. What do y'all think the odds are that they actually had a bug? No, it's alright guys. That wasn't a question actually, that was just a statement. My bad.
Um, I'll go 50-50. You know, either it happened or it didn't.
That's
what
true.
happened?
They said allegedly there was a rune bug, and so they had to remake the game. But I'm almost I get the feeling JB Roaster just forgot to change his runes.
Runebug, huh?
Pressure was
I
getting
didn't
to
know
him.
they had that. I didn't know they had rune bugs. It's fine. We'll not judge.
Charles, you
You
gotta
know,
move up.
Oh my god, every time.
It's game 3. You know, everyone's nerves are there. Uh, the Bloodlight Aces try to challenge the Megapula team, the Nestle Raptors.
That'll be a banger game if it happens.
Yeah, if it happens, and like now that he needs redemption, right? And in the meantime, I think this is the deepest
They did a
playoffs run.
blind pick. Oh no. Unless they
I think
change it, can you not? Can you still pause?
Yeah, you can now.
You
You
can
can.
pause a blind pick. Okay,
Yeah.
that's good then.
um,
Bruh.
Yeah, we do tournament for the bands and stuff, but
Yeah,
second time rounds just make a blind pick.
I was gonna laugh
Not
my
trying to like.
ass off when they got into this blind pick lobby and everyone instant locked their champs and then they messed their runes up again. I could feel it coming.
I'm kind of rooting for JB. JB's been a league staple. You know, I think he's waiting for his chip. We talked about him.
I'm hoping JB Roaster gets to the finals because if he goes to the finals and loses, he might break. His mental might be it might be gone.
Maybe he's been through worse though, bro. He was on my team. You know, the perennial playoff misser. He if you survive one of my teams, you can survive anything.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, like overall, I think the final 3 teams in this tournament are actually it's nice to see a a bit of representation for all the
The
eras
old
of
heads.
Lullet Pit, dude.
Yeah.
We got Megapula and his gang. Megapula is like a old. He was around when I made the club. Um, JB Roaster is like sort of in the middle. He joined like a year and a half after, I think. And then Rags is brand new, in my eyes at least. He ain't brand new to y'all, but
He's definitely brand new to the semifinals though, and we'll see if that's where he
true.
stops.
True.
Actually, true.
The Joel Embiid of OLS, bro.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Actually, wait. Okay, this is loser finals now. This is uncharted territory for the boss.
That's what I'm saying. This is legit
Yeah,
uncharted territory,
bro.
and
Conference finals.
if he loses this, he's gonna go down as the Embiid of OLS, bro.
Yeah, they're out of playoffs, bro. It doesn't even. He's not even there. It's.
I don't want to talk about the
It's
Sixers.
okay.
I
I
get
don't
pissed
want to. I
off.
don't. I, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
We need to. I'm not gonna say that on cast. We need to try Paul
Kill
George.
John Lennon.
Oh, I've taken up. I've taken up watching F1 instead of watching basketball.
Is that healthier for you?
Paul
How's that
George
going?
needs to be
Yeah.
jailed. Paul George needs to be jailed for theft. He stole
Bro,
from our beautiful
the
city.
Sixers need to be jailed for incompetence first. Like, it's despicable. It's
I'm done
despicable.
with the process, man. We're done with the process. The
I
process
think
needs to
I
get.
feel like the process was done. It was like a 5-year plan.
Yeah,
That was
I
like
guess
10
so.
years ago, and I think they're still halfway through it.
Uh, the thing is, I don't even think like Embiid is a bad player. He's just always
No,
hurt.
he's just injured.
Yeah. And then you know what the Sixers were like? You know who we need to help this guy? Paul George.
Ah,
Yep. PG. Playoff P.
Dude, I think that if I could go back in time, I would probably choose the moment that D Rose got injured, bro, and I'd save him.
fair.
And he probably would be like, he'd be LeBron would be gone. He would have never existed. It would have just be D Rose. That's what
I
I
think
think.
LeBron would probably still be like top 75, but maybe not
No, probably
like.
not. I think D Rose would overshadow him. LeBron gets overshadowed by Jordan, and they played like a long ass time in between each other. Imagine you had to play with you were LeBron and you were like still LeBron James, but you also had to play with Unchained D Rose on like
I didn't
in the
watch
league, you know.
when he was good, so I wouldn't know if I'm being honest.
Alexa, put on D Rose rookie season highlights. D Rose was the goat,
Alexa,
dude.
put on Game 3 OLS semifinals,
Alexa, put on
conference
a Rags the
finals,
Boss loss.
please. Oh, it's Chesto to Orin. They won. No
I don't
offense,
know.
that guy can't really play Orin.
This he's been going crazy this series. I wouldn't.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I played a couple games with this guy's Orin, and
Oh, hold up,
I,
wait. They've been watching some film. Y98 or Y89 is waiting for Two Hollis Meat Rider to walk up and put this ward down. Oh, he read him like a book.
I respect it.
Oh, and they engage all onto him, bro. Two Hollis Meat Rider goes down. They've read the books.
Wait, they're
They've read the
serious.
script.
They are serious. They do not
No,
effing
they
around.
dead ass. They actually like the last two games they've done that same ward both times.
Charles, you mind
Huge,
putting the
huge to
stream
pick it up.
in the Discord?
Oh yeah, my bad. Oh,
You're
I knew I
fine.
was forgetting something. Share my screen.
Holiday's gonna try to chunk out
Big
JB Roaster,
Oregon.
who just doesn't give a shit about the minions, I guess. So
Hey, good.
that's what the.
Yeah, let me check. Let me check. I hope the stream is good as well. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, bet. Oh, let me do the zoom out.
I respect it, dude. You gotta love the tapes. You gotta love people who learn.
I think that probably was the only reason they picked Timo, and it was worth it.
It was worth it now. We'll see, bro.
JB Roaster is
It's-
magnetic for these Brom queues, but dude, I mean it's they're never really gonna.
Get
They
pushed,
shouldn't
right?
be able to
Yeah.
catch the Jinx level 1, to be honest. But
Oh, he is.
maybe if
negative
JB
for
Roaster
this
is just
season,
gonna
right?
take every single Brom queue on cooldown, then maybe they can do something.
Can you fix the champion markers or like icons?
Oh yeah.
I see like Maokai top with support, and I'm like, yo, what happened
Yeah,
to the
my
game I
bad.
left? What happened to the game I left,
There you
man?
go, and there.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they can get a recall off and they don't lose too much CS, so I don't think the bot lane's gonna be that upset.
Yeah, no, I think bot's fine.
Um,
They are poked down a little bit. They are poked down a little bit. I yawned, bro.
But the thing is, you also have a Gwen,
But,
and the Gwen's not really gonna be looking for early ganks, right?
Shouldn't be. I mean, it is Rags. He's probably begging already.
If I'm playing a Warwick-like champ, bro, I'm trying to run into this Gwen. You know, I'm bringing out the fisticuffs. I kind of want to fight her in her jungle a little bit when I get mid prio, which I guess you're kind of having right now, but it looks like they're just gonna farm it out in the early
Tiny
stages. of the
Tater's
jungle
throwing some
here.
hands with Petrichor, and he gets a little bit. He gets a little trade off.
JB Rooster no longer getting hit by the Braum Q.
He dodged one. Reddit, we did it.
JB Rooster made Braum look like a range champ there for a second.
Actually, dude. When did they change Brom Q to be point and click? That's crazy.
Two Hollis Meat Rider hovering the spot lane, but I think this is a nothing burger of a gank.
I mean, maybe if Kamikaze eats more auto attacks.
Nah, you can't. You just can't. I think it's
Pretty
fine.
he's just there for the crab though. Now, if I'm going, I'm looking mid, dude. Tiny Tater, he's throwing some hands at that Syndra, and it's working out for him
Yeah.
so far because he's abusing the Galio Magic Shield. But man, all it takes really is just one of those Galio E's in at the wrong time when Gwen's watching, and you're kind of cooked.
It's hovering though, and as much as we're fliving JV, he's keeping the CS deficit to a minimum here.
Yeah,
And
he's
he's
still
actually
he's still
pretty-
picking up CS.
He's pretty even actually, considering the wave hasn't even crashed onto the red tower yet, right? So it's he's gonna catch a little bit more of that wave and be even in CS, which is kind of not what you want to see in the Ash lane here.
Yeah, I think
Meanwhile-
Regs really wants that to bounce back into him, I think. But I don't know if they ever will actually. It's also relatively difficult to control waves into Jinx. She can always just kind of nuke the wave. Tiny Tater getting a
Teemo's-
little poked out.
Teemo's amassing a bit of a lead for himself on the top lane, which is to be expected against one of these early levels.
Yeah.
And interesting to opt, he went for the ghost. I think this Teemo is subscribing to the split push ideology here, not going for a TP. Oh, was
What
that
the
a
hell did I just
flash?
watch? No, it wasn't flash. He just
Oh.
E'd, but the animation got. I don't know what happened there. Yo, fellas, y'all messing with a hole breaker rush for Teemo?
Maybe,
saw,
bro.
I feel like it might
Now that
not
you
be.
said it, yes.
I think it might actually be legit.
Just forced to take an early recall here, and the wave is pretty messed up here.
Yeah, it's a rough wave to leave. They might
Duelist
just
me ready.
send
Look at
Syndra up
Theo.
there. Nope, they're not. I
Rags
almost
the
would have.
Sniper.
I mean, I guess they need Syndra there for to try to contest this dragon if they're gonna do it. But
I
I
think
mean,
this is a
Holiday's
fake
just kind of
contest.
staring at it menacingly. Uh, and it looks like they're gonna just be able to take down that. Oh, they almost flubbed that real bad.
I knew you go. You
Meanwhile,
can't
Tiny
be.
Tater's gonna have to flash away to survive, and Kamikaze's gonna go down. Warwick eats the fourth hit from the Braum passman, so he goes down, and then Galio is also gonna get, after trying to flash away, he dies. So a massive blunder from the Bud Light Aces in the bot lane, losing 3 people to take a dragon. That's mamma mia.
Guess it's not a fake contest. The good news is none of those went on the Jinx.
Well, bad
Or not
news
sorry,
is 2 of
Ash.
them went to Gwen, which arguably is worse.
I think it's fine, but we will see.
I mean, of all the champions on their team, I'd rather Gwen be in poverty before I let her get 1 kill.
No, the bright side, I mean, look at the CS difference between Jinx and Ash. Like Jinx is actually ahead, which is something you don't want to see in the Ash lane. So I think they're
Yeah,
gonna.
that's fair.
It's gonna hurt them later. We'll see. Honestly, if I'm red team there, that's a Drake that I feel like should go Blue's way given the composition, and it's a bad blunder, 3 kills, but gold lead is kind of made up for given the side lane differentials. It's not the worst.
Yeah, I
Not the
mean,
worst.
mid's down, like Galio's down 6,000, Galio's down 600, Warwick's down 600. Everybody else is Teemo's up like 1,000 almost. Everybody
Well,
else is
Rex
about even.
team kind of got out macroed here to these grubs. The support just ran at them, and Jinx is fine being here. And usually the trade off would be Gwen wants to dive Jinx, right? So to get some pressure onto this bot turret, but they're just she just doesn't. She has more top cans, and she can't really do that. And now red side gets an essentially free grub take. So there are now 2 out of the 3 early objectives where they're going to be able to push towers a little bit harder. And I think they're. If you're red, I'm pretty happy with the state of the game here.
Yep, I agree. I mean, it is pretty rough to lose the feats and to give Gwen some early gold, but you've gotten both the objectives. You're looking at probably chipping down this top turret and maybe trying to
This is
make a
where the
run
lane
on it.
gets
Like,
pretty dangerous for red side, though. Ash ultimate coming up and Braum ultimate coming up gives them a lot easier ways to go for the kill, right? And now Gwen getting the ultimate. Looks like Amuji's here, though.
Braum's gonna get jumped on, and he is CC chained pretty well for the Bloodlight Aces. Warwick lands on the Braum, and they're able to pick up that kill, but it looks like Warwick is gonna go down.
Jinx can go crazy
Uh,
here. I think this is not good for
nah,
Blue.
he gets slowed too much by Gwen, I think. The Gwen ult slowed him like a lot. I think they're just probably gonna back off and take the win, but I mean, I don't know. Maokai did get that kill, which really sucks. But they traded
No,
a
Malphite actually got
kill.
the first blood kill. I think Warwick was the one that
Oh, did
got the
Warwick get
kill.
it? Okay, that's not
Yeah,
that bad then. Yeah, you're
yeah,
right. You're right. I mean, you would much prefer this to be on Jinx, obviously, but
yeah.
we got a little bit of a tussle going on here in the mid lane. Kamikaze's ran mid, and he's gonna try to take down Petrichor. Petrichor's rooted. Tiny Tater's throwing hands on him. He's trying to. Oh, Maokai
Oh my
takes the
God, Malphite.
shutdown, and Gwen is spam pinging Maokai. I think.
I think he's pretty happy that Malphite got it.
Yeah, I don't know why you would take that kill. But who
I
knows?
think it's fine.
Maybe Maokai's cooking. I mean, he's built Swifties. I guess if you want the gold to be around, like Maokai should be at every fight. And
Yeah,
I'd
JB
almost
was
rather
getting a
have
little
an extra
harassed with the
200 health
tower
on
there.
him than. Yeah, I mean, Y is just chipping down this Ornn, and looks like
We're
Amuji's
weak.
just gonna walk in and try to take his lunch money. Yeah, Amuji might go down here. Yeah, he does. So Y almost went down too. Jesus.
I like that play.
Uh,
It's
yeah,
it's
it's a
kind of
good
like
play.
a. It's not executed cleanly, but it's just like a. Even if I die here, this is just mathematically worth. So I'm
Yep.
gonna do it. I respect
Kind of
it.
surprised Gwen's not running up here, to be honest, but
That's aura. That team has aura.
true actually.
Speaking of aura,
Petrichor is
Syndra's
getting.
getting.
Ooh, he flashes out. Kamikaze gives him the thumbs up. I mean, the Kamikaze roams have been a big value generator for the Bud Light Aces. 2L's Meat Rider's walking up. He was risking it a little bit for Maokai
I think you
engaging on
kind of
him.
want to flex your muscles here on Gwen, given the lead. You have a camp lead, you have a full item. I think you got to kind of try to make something happen, but maybe it's fine. But
I
the
don't
thing
know
is, if
if
you don't make something happen, is now you get the red side gets the drag, and now you're in a pretty. You don't really
Teemo's
want to
there
be in
already.
this.
They're not going to be able to contest this, I think. I mean,
Yeah,
maybe they could try for a steal, but it. Ooh,
Orange TPing.
Orn's TPing in, but he's TPing into the bot lane like wave, so he's not even going to be there for the dragon, and the dragon goes down
Now
to
we
the
just
red
play out,
side.
just play out, just
Now
play
the
out.
question is if they can get away. Ash arrow just flew through my window. Holy shit! That guy fired it to Narnia. And it looks like nothing is going to happen here, so they just kind of take the dragon for free. It's actually worse than free because the Orn TP'd down.
Rags cleverly zoning the junglers
Kamikaze is
away
able
from the
to
Rags.
engage onto the Braum, and they don't hit the CC chain properly. But it's looking like it might be okay anyway. Holiday's going down. Oh, Holiday gets hit by the Warwick ult, and Gwen tried to W through the Maokai ult, but she missed. She did it. Bad timing. Maokai goes down to the 2 Halls Meat Rider follow-up. GB Roaster is getting poked out quite a bit, but Galio is able to, block most of the damage that was going on to him. So he's actually still. JB Roaster is going to be able to operate behind the turret here, probably, relatively safely. They were risking it a little bit if all that damage that Galio blocked didn't get blocked,
Yeah, to be honest, I'm kind of wishing I saw a little bit more impact out of this Galio pick. I feel like Galio to be 0-1-1 at this stage of the game is not why you pick Galio, but at the same time it is difficult. However, the red team is not letting the pace go.
Yeah, I mean, he's really trying to get these grubs, but Y is gonna get caught by Holiday here. Can they engage on Ornalt coming in, and Ornalt lands onto the Teemo. They're just kind of chain stunning him. Y's able to flash out before the Gwen can finish him off though, so he's gonna survive. He gives him a thumbs up emote. That's how you know that shit's getting real. It's when the boys start dropping emotes on each other. And it looks like Gwen is gonna try to take these grubs, so they're gonna split grubs 3-3. It looks like.
For blue, actually, because I think the game would be pretty
Unless
horrendous.
Emuji's gonna try to.
This is not worth Emuji. You don't want to do this.
No, it is.
Oh
That's
my
4
God.
grubs. Impressive from Emuji. Okay.
That is balls of steel.
We take those.
That's balls of
Yeah, I mean
adamantium.
That was a ballsy decision from Emuji. They did have vision on it, I think, which makes it a little bit better. But really
Just don't
huge
know
play from
flashing for
Emuji
one grub
to.
is worth ever. But
Oh, I
mean,
disagree. For 4 grubs, it absolutely is worth.
maybe, but it's an
Flash
aura play
comes
for
back,
sure.
the grubs don't.
That's fact, true fact.
DillDouDou is man
This
the
isn't
outlaw
nothing
on the
burger,
bot
they
lane.
can't die.
Meanwhile, Holiday gets engaged on by Emuji in the top lane. And it looks like Emuji. He's gonna ult onto the Ashe and kill her instead. So Gwen is gonna start brawling around and is able to survive due to the Braum shielding from Locket. So what looked like it was gonna be a really nice exchange for the top lane turns into a 1-for-2.
They gotta stop getting hating on this Braum, bro. This Braum is a little too tanky for you guys.
He was. Hey, emphasis on the little, because that guy survived with like 5 HP.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe if Warwick punched the ult a little earlier. I don't know. I mean, like if you think about it, if Warwick had flash right there, he probably kills Braum and then can kill Ashe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like you sort of traded a kill for a grub. That's pretty good. For 4 grubs, I'd
Just
say
do it.
it's
Might be
worth
caught
it.
here. He's rooted.
Yeah, DillDouDou is taking a lot of
No,
damage,
no,
but I don't know if he's gonna be able
we gotta
to.
get out, brother.
Oh, they were actually
Okay.
able to finish the job. So JB Roaster with the Get Excited proc is gonna probably be able to get out of here. Now, Maokai, they expect one of us in the wreckage, brother. Rest in peace, my compadre. Is Holiday gonna steal this kill is a question. I wish he would have. That'd have been so fucking funny.
JB is dead, bro. JB is dead. Actually, there's a Galio there. Maybe it's not that bad. No, not a Galio. Sorry, Warwick.
No, Gallia's mid, but Warwick is sort of looking over him, and If they're able to catch Gwen off guard here, this could actually change the dive
Emoji
quite
has
a
taken
bit.
no damage.
Emoji's,
Wow. I
ooh,
spoke
he
way
got,
too soon.
yeah, once his E lets up, it's pretty difficult. He died so that JB Roaster could live though, and I'm pretty sure Cole was able to pick up like legit 20 CS off of surviving that, so.
Yeah, he has a
Sort
huge
of
lead
hard to
now.
be really, it's hard to be really
CS
upset
wise.
about that. Yeah, he's got a little
I
bit of a
think
CS
this is
advantage. He's
where
down
um,
in gold, I think, but that's just because of the kills that have gone to Ash. Yeah, he's down 600 gold. I assume from
this is
plates
where
and
the game
from
gets tricky
picking up.
though. This is where the game definitely gets tricky for a red team because Ashe is spiked. Syndra is relatively strong. I think Gwen is very strong for this point in the game. They need to sort of get the game over the hump here and try to get Jinx to that hyper carry position. And Holiday is a
Ash is
little out
able
of
to drop
position.
an ult onto Maokai, but I mean they're engaging onto a Maokai. Jinx is probably going to be able to pick up this Braum kill. Oh, it's going to be really close.
That is sad. Emoji gets it though. Emoji should not get it. Actually, I lied. I spoke way too soon.
Really
Yeah.
hard to watch for JB Rister there. I mean the Braum surviving with 1 HP is for a second time now in a row is really hard to deal with. I thought for sure they would be able to burst him out, but it's also a little bit rough
One
because
just keeps in with like
oh,
1 HP.
Galio's trying to get onto the Syndra here though, and Syndra's forced to flash away to survive. So big play from Tiny Tater there, picking up by free flash, especially before Dragon. Pretty nice.
And that kind of stalls their dragon take, right? Because I feel like Blue should. I think Blue should just go to move to hit the dragon there with 2 members dead, but they were kind of looking around in the area a little bit. JB is not supposed to be here in any capacity.
No,
Yep,
I
and he
think he's
knows it.
fine for now. If he'd stayed a little bit longer, yeah, he was cooked. Um, yeah, so they're gonna try to engage on the Tiny Tater in the mid lane here. It looks like, but I mean it's like a Braum Q on Ogalia, man. I think if they can delay, if blue team can delay for about 30 more seconds on this dragon, then they will get all their ults up and they can maybe do something. Um, if you're red team, I feel like you should be pushing for this dragon before the ults
They're
come
gonna
back
the
up.
tower though.
But
That's not the worst. I don't think
yeah,
that's
you
the
take you
worst.
take you take first tower for sure. That gives feats. I'm not actually
I
certain.
think Feats is kind of fake, man. I don't know. I don't think it's like a
No,
game.
feats is legitimately worth like a lot. I think, especially in these games where you have to deal with like Gwen or some champs like that you have to build resistance for like one person. Ooh, the Jinx ult. Nah. So free
Timo
dragon for blue
is
team.
gonna work on like if you think about it in the macro stage of it, like you got two towers for Drake. I think you're happy with it. With that as red. It's not the worst. You sort of even up the gold you lost from your faulty skirmishes.
Yeah, I mean you might get a third one. If Y
If
takes this turret here, that's okay. Yeah, he's actually gonna be able to. That's massive. Oh,
oh, maybe
Ashel
not.
into Ornal.
Just finish, bro. Just finish if you can.
He's able
There
to
you
take the
go.
turret down. That's plus 700 gold to Y there. That's so much gold, dude. Tier 2 turret.
Let's get
Maybe you should
somebody get
give.
this man a hull breaker.
Yeah, really. It looks like he's going to Leandries, which is a very reasonable item to build.
Yeah.
If you don't build Leandries, I think that Ornn can legit just walk through your mushrooms like a field of daisies. Muji's trying to run it back.
I don't think you should, brother. I think we leave. I don't want this Warwick to get any more behind than he already has been.
I mean, he's 5'6" right now. He's not really behind.
Yeah, but look at Gwen. You're right.
I
I
mean, he's
guess the items
behind
are pretty
technically
nice,
compared to Gwen, but that's not really his fault. I mean, he's only 400 gold down. 300.
Guess it's fine then, yeah. They are going to trade this top tower as well, so that gold evening we saw was a little fake. Oh, look at the TP!
Yeah, big flanking TP from Galio here. Can we see? And Maokai just sets it up very, very well. So we'll see if they have enough damage, really. DillDouDou gets hit by the Jinx ult, and he goes down. So Jinx is now excited. He's running after 2LS Meat Rider on the Gwen, who doesn't even have his W up anymore now. JB Roaster is eating a full combo from the Syndra, but Syndra is so underfed that it only really does about 80% of her health pool after you consider like all the shields and such. And that is going to be a clean 5-0 ace for the Bud Light Aces. Really, really,
What a
really
TP, man.
huge TP from Tiny Tater there.
Yeah.
And the Maokai ult as well to set everything up before the Galio even lands. Really, really big showing from the Bud Light Aces.
Hook
What
line
the
is I
hell
don't
is it? Is this? I haven't seen a red Otacon in like a month.
I think they changed it. I've been seeing it more in pro play as well now, but I'm glad I'm seeing a red icon, man. And I think red team is glad they're seeing it too. This can really help them push their lead a little bit, or even just like keep it where it is and give them the opportunity to play a little loose.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, unfortunately, there's not really any objective up right now, which does make that Otacon a lot worse. Uh,
I kind of want to see
but
Jinx. Yeah, I want to see Jinx collecting this mid wave, and I want to see Teemo instead of going top. I kind of want to see him apply pressure on this bot tier 2 and sort of have them play around this as we wait for the next Cloud Drake. As we talked about, right, you kind of need Gwen or Syndra to match in sides, and they're sending Ornn down there. Like, if Teemo's down here right now, and you have Warwick and Galio hovering, I think you can make a play on this turret. But looks like they're just going to be content to farm it out. And I think it's also viable, given that you have a Teemo who actually scales pretty well as a champion, damage-wise,
yeah, I mean,
and,
Teemo scales well. Obviously, Jinx is quite a strong scaler as well. And then
yeah.
like champs like Warwick and Gallia don't really. Warwick falls off a little bit. I don't. It's not like he's like a brick late game, right? Like he's still a pretty
Yeah.
tanky dude who can put down a decent bit of damage and
I
also
think the E
tank,
is
right?
what
So
saves Warwick in the later stages of the game,
yeah,
right? The damage reduction is no
and his
joke.
ult heal is
Yeah.
like obscene. I don't know how. I feel like you can not build Yuntal into Runans on Jinx, but I could be wrong on that.
We'll see, man.
I
We will see.
you're just gonna. I feel like you might not do enough damage.
Doesn't Utah's apply like a bleed? I think that maybe the idea
Nah,
is
Yuntal has been reworked off of that. Yuntal
okay.
gives you attack speed and damage now, and then it gives you crit over time. Like every time you auto, it gives you like 0.2% crit up to 25.
Oh, they changed it. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I've
like
not been
full
playing this
reworked it.
much.
I
Looks
don't
like the dragon
know.
is coming up. I think Warwick is a little far from it, but we'll see what happens. Syndra has the teleport available, right? So they are going to be looking to play on this Drake.
Yeah, it's looking like almost everybody is gonna have their thumbs up. Rags and Holiday are both flashless, but I
Do you
think
even team like
everything
this
else
though?
should
If
be
you're
up.
red team, are you more happy with trying to like threaten inhib maybe with the Teemo?
I don't think you can threaten an inhib in time. If you'd planned it like
That's
a while ago, maybe, but
speaking of threatening something. The Rift Herald is just cold
yeah, Rift
dropped onto
Herald's
that
just.
mid turret.
But it looks like they're just gonna ignore it. Maokai drops an ult to try to catch
Dude,
somebody out
Amuchi's
mid, and he
walking up with
runs into the
no
Gwen
fear.
W, so he gets rooted. Insane. Kamikaze goes down for it. Amuchi also goes down, and it looks like it's gonna be a massive blunder actually. Galio is putting in a lot of CC, and he's kind of tanking for this huge everything for the Jinx. Jinx is on 1 HP. If she can just kill one person, it's over. But she can't. There's no way. Oh, okay. Holiday is able to
Ah,
dodge the Jinx rocket. So, um, Jinx had rocket that whole time. Brother, press R.
maybe she thought it wouldn't
Uh,
kill.
yeah. I mean, Tiny Tater
Pause. Wait.
was
Pause. Oh, why? No, he knows. Okay.
Tiny Tater was putting in a lot of work right there to try to peel for the Jinx and to create some space for her, and he did that definitely. Tiny Tater is just gonna get poked down by Syndra here, but oh, he's engaging all the way. Syndra's taunted for 2 seconds. She gets engaged on, and that's gonna be an excited proc for JB Roaster, who has support from his entire team of tanks. Uh, they do disengage, but now it's a 5v4 trying to threaten this dragon, and I don't know if you can really contest this anymore if you're Rax the
We
boss.
need some heroics from Gwen here, but the Gwen ultimate is down.
Yeah, they have
Actually,
no Ashe ult. Gwen
yeah,
ult is up right now, I
oh,
think.
it's up now. Sorry, my
Um,
bad. I can't
no, you're
tell
good.
from the thing, but
Um, but yeah, I mean, a third dragon for the Bud Light Aces. They're stacking them up. Cloud Drake's a good one too. Um,
especially for the
especially
Warwick, right?
for
It's
yeah,
good for
for
Teemo.
Maokai
He's
too.
gonna get it off a ton. And Maokai, great, yeah.
Good for all of them.
That was
I mean,
a
it's really good for Jinx too. Having more move speed on ADCs is always really good.
I think the issue with that first play where the red team lost out was they kind of just stacked in a straight line for Gwen to hit all of her ults. If you like, you kind of saw the shred and the heal that Gwen had,
Yep.
but they're able to play off the pick,
See,
and yeah, it's
Rexabol's
pretty
just
good.
running up into this Maokai. He's lucky as hell there was nobody around. I think they almost could have engaged on him anyway. And it looks
Speaking
like
of
they're
almost,
going to
yeah,
engage. Holiday's getting Maokai W'd, but I'm not
this
sure
looks
there was
bad.
really
This
much of
looks a
an
little
angle here.
almost.
JB Roaster is down to 400 health already, and he's just going to kind of run away. Tiny Tater is helping, and JB
Oh
Roaster
my
survives
god.
with 1 HP from the. He fires off a rocket downtown, and now they're all half health, but I don't think anybody can do anything. JB Roaster, you can't recall there, man. You can't. Okay, we have to recall.
No, he has red buff. He has red buff. It's actually fine. Okay, no,
It
it's not fine.
absolutely is not fine, bro. That guy has zero. He has zero life steal. I mean, he's at 3%, maybe 5% from Bloodline if he took it.
Is IE Yuntal's the thing? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Yuntal gives you a lot of attack speed, so typically you will
Well,
go
we want
Yuntal
to damage, right? We
directly
want to
in
damage,
IE.
and we're getting the damage now. He's getting on the IE soon.
Yeah, I think like for me at least when I build Yuntal, I don't build a Zeal item second. Just because the Yuntal gives you like a good amount of attack speed, especially if you have attack speed boots already. Like
Ash is still ahead though. I mean, she has completed the third item, and she has her completed Yuntal as well. So like this is the strongest Ash is gonna get the whole game, I think.
yeah, I agree. We'll see if they can do anything with it. I mean, Ashe is the most expensive champ in the game right now by like a not a huge margin, but all three of the
She
core
has the
carries
most.
are in that like uh, uh you know 10 to 11,000 range.
Oh
We
my
got a
god.
little bit of a scuffle over here trying to take down 2 Halls Meat Rider, but he goes down to like half health. Probably
It is
heal it
Gwen,
back
so she's
up.
gonna heal it all up. But
Muji's out on the prowl though. He's sort of looking. I don't know
what's
if
the
you
gold
really.
difference between Warwick and Gwen? I'm kind of curious.
It is Warwick is up 1,000.
Wow.
Yeah, he's those
I
kills have been
respect
putting a
it,
lot
man.
of. That's what I'm saying, dude. Amuji,
Yeah.
he's been putting in some work. Um, not to mention as well, like he's got the grub too. Him
Yeah.
stealing the grub was quite impactful, I believe. It might have actually gotten him feats too, to be honest.
No, it did. Well, no, they got feats before, I think, because they got both of the Drakes. Remember, but it surely helped them. Like they are pushing a lot of these towers, right? Teemo has easier time on the sides, and
Yeah.
that probably is pretty helpful. This is anybody's game, though. I mean, like the red side is a slight favor, but this is still like Rags can go
Yeah,
quick in
yeah.
the
If JB Roaster is like mouse dies or something for one fight and he gets caught, I think it's just game over. But
yeah. And
we'll
also, like, there
see.
is a burden of execution here on red side. Like, the Gwen we saw is not a force to be, like, ignored here. The Gwen can go crazy if they're not positioned properly. Can we talk about how Galio has the most form in the game? Just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, that guy's just been eating waves like rags at a all-you-can-eat buffet. Just Dodo TP's in mid.
Forced to burn the flash there. You
Has
don't
to
like to
burn a
see that
flash
one.
to live. That's not the ideal teleport, but it's not a complete disaster. If he died, it would be a complete disaster.
You have to look at the bright
Dragon
side.
is up in 30 seconds. They might try to trade it for Baron.
Dude, I want a Teemo on this top wave, man. I swear
No,
you can, like,
you need Teemo on the Dragon to set up for it. Since the Teemo's been sitting here, it's 2 Health Meat Rider gets caught on the Gwen, and it looks like that's just gonna. Oh, he
oh, he
survives!
lives.
He lives with 1 HP. That's insane. Amuji's coming in. He's got the smell of blood in his fucking nostrils. A 3-man knockup from the Ornn is gonna be able to. It looks like I don't know. Everyone is scattered. It's such a down to the wire up for everybody. Rags gets a quadra kill, but then he goes down to Amuji, who now has to fight Ornn and Braum. I'm not
Warwick
gonna
wins
lie to you.
this.
I think Amuji wins this. I'm not
Yeah, I
sure they
think
have
Warwick
enough
wins this.
damage to really even deal with him. Ornn does have a Thorn Mail, but I mean it's against Warwick, dude. This champ is disgusting. Runs him down. Now the question is, can Amuji go take the dragon, bro?
Shout out to Rex. I mean, I think they kind of just played the choke pretty bad, but Rex is putting in work this game. You know, he is really trying to put the carry pants on, but I think you're limited by this. Like, I think Varus, you would prefer being a Varus here. I'm not gonna lie, but that's okay.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, I think Varus is just a better champ than Ashe, like in most situations. Amuji's gonna try to take this dragon, but actually it looks like he's just gonna try to engage on a holiday here.
Holiday just wants to slow it down, which he is doing. He's doing
Well,
a great job of
I
it,
think.
actually.
Oh, I'm
Oh
not sure you
no.
can keep chasing here is the problem. Amuji kills Braum, but he goes down, and so it's gonna be a 4v4. But red team doesn't have their jungler. And Kamikaze's half HP. It looks like he's gonna go down below half. Gwen has to burn her W, but is still only half health. And Syndra ults wide to take him down to half. But
And here, if you're gonna take a fight, it should be now.
they've used a lot of tools.
Just hit the
Galio
drag,
is
bro.
still around. Jibby Roaster will have his ult back up in about 20 seconds. They do still have Ashe ult.
I hope Moody
Um,
doesn't come to regret that, man.
we'll see. I don't think that they can take a dragon here, but I think neither team can as a result of Emoji getting picked. It's even sadder because like the Jinx rocket would have probably killed him. Good news is Warwick like speeds out of spawn.
Yep, and he is up right now. I feel like Blue needs to sort of put the pedal to the metal here and sort of force the drag fight when they got the pick like that. I don't know. They're being a little scared.
Well, they didn't really get a pick. Like they traded their support for a jungler. It was still 4v4.
He didn't die. I don't think their support died. I mean, Braum was like sure he was like effectively out, but Braum can still
No,
drop an
Braum died to
ultimate.
the Jinx rocket. No, he died to Emoji.
Oh, did
Emoji
he? I
killed
didn't
him.
realize.
Yeah,
I
yeah. It
didn't
was a
think he died.
4v4. I mean, maybe you still do engage, but I feel like they tried as hard as they could to engage.
Yeah.
They burned like everything. The Teemo streams are causing issues. Amuji
Oh
jumps into
no, this is fine.
Narnia, and
I
then
think this is
Galio
fine.
completely misses. So maybe if Galio can hit a big taunt here, but they trade Amuji's life for Gwen's, which is not too bad of a trade. But Jinx eats a entire Syndra ult. Wait, Rags the boss goes down to the Twitch, or goes down to Teemo. It's just a massive mosh pit. Petrichor is just hitting dingers in the jungle. He drops an ult to finish off the Teemo. And the question now is if Galio can actually get to this Syndra. Galio is tanking like a madman. This guy has about 500 MR. He dodges some abilities, but he goes down eventually. I mean, yeah, this guy's just sitting here getting hit by roughly 500 different magic damage abilities. But, I mean, Warwick is up in 5 seconds. They are both half health.
That's good.
Can
he can maybe pick
can
the
he
kills.
finish? Oh no, he can't get there in time. There's no way, right?
No, there's no way. Yeah, there's just no
Maybe
way.
if he ults. No,
not
he
that
can't.
thing.
He can't.
He
Dude,
can
he
kill- he can
almost
go for
was
kills,
though.
though.
If he ulted, he actually would have got there in time, I think. The question is if he can use his ult to see. Oh, he can! Massive kill from Amuji. He gets a double kill,
Go Nash, 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 Nash. You have to run Nash.
and so he makes up for his sins. I would argue.
If they get the Nash, it's fine. I think.
This is sort of a hard Baron to take because the Ashe is still up with Braum protecting him, and never mind. It looks like Gwen is just gonna get caught here. So
It's Ash versus the world.
yeah,
All right,
let's
Rex.
see if Ashe can
Show us what
1v9
you're made
here.
of.
Maokai goes down, Y goes down, and it looks like he might actually be able to do it. Yeah, Rags the boss just Holiday puts up his shield,
Rags
and
the
Rags the
glider.
boss just
Man,
can't
Rags
die.
is really.
He ain't glide right there. He sat behind a bard
Yeah.
shield.
Okay, I know.
Or a brand, or bard shield, a fucking Braum shield. But I mean, he did it though. Huge turnaround
They're
from
not.
Rags.
Yep. Red side is not playing these chokes well. They're just running straight into them.
I think they just I think they got overconfident right there. They didn't realize that the Braum would
I
buy
think they're
that
trying
much
to
time.
end.
No,
They're not.
they're
They're
just
not
taking
fine.
one
They're not
turret
fine.
and calling it.
No.
But they're gonna get the Baron here probably.
That is so sad, man. That is a sad way to go for the red team on this
Game
particular
ain't over
fight.
yet.
Yeah, the game is not over, yeah, obviously, but I mean, like these are like consecutive throws that they're making. It feels like. I wouldn't even say it's
Yeah, we'll
Rags playing
see. I
well.
mean,
Look,
Jinx Rocket's coming in onto the Baron. That might be able to. Oh, he actually is able to kill the Ashe. He doesn't get the Baron,
that's
but he gets the Ashe.
not
I'd
the
argue
you can
that's
kill
almost
2 kills
just as
here.
good. They're gonna be able to conglomerate down onto this Ornn here and take down the Ornn. I mean, I assume they're gonna take him down. It may take him about
You know,
15 minutes of hitting,
he's
but
I want
okay,
them
he
to get
goes
this
down.
mid tier 2 as well. That sort of gives them a little bit of a buffer for the Baron.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're gonna try to take down this mid tier two, and then I expect them to rotate bot and take down the bot tier two as well.
Yeah.
Um, that's a lot of gold. They might even try to
No, they can't.
take the. No, they're not gonna end, but I think they might
Yeah.
try for the tier three. Um, the issue is that if you're playing Jinx into this, it is quite difficult to walk up and hit anybody if Syndra has not used QE. Um,
Why is
Jinx is
hacking away at
finished
these things?
LDR.
Oh no.
Ash Arrow
Oh
narrowly
my
misses.
god.
Why?
Skinny Queen on the team over there.
Actually, if that was Willie on the team, I would have hit.
Uh,
Willie is wise, brother.
yeah. The menacing menopause, right?
If that was Rags, it'd have hit him and
Oh,
triple
that was
stunned
right.
him,
Would have
bro.
hit him from a screen away.
Yeah.
Bit of a hitbox issue they need to patch there with Mr. Regs. Now the game is sort of in a lull state, literally dead even. Only one dragon and one grub separating
Yeah, I
these two
think
teams.
there's a little bit of an advantage to blue side because they have Ornn items. The Ornn items are starting to put in a lot of work here.
Yeah.
Um, and that probably does tip the scales enough for me to say that blue is favored here, but it's not by very much at all.
They
Um,
need to kill this Ash. I mean, this is the Ash is the main problem here. They need to somehow get Amuji. Like we saw Galio get the incredible flank later. There was another fight where Amuji was able to.
Sanitary is gonna
Ash got
walk into
caught
the
on feet.
jungle here, and it looks like never mind, nothing's gonna happen to it. I thought there might have been a tussle there. But no, I agree. They got to get the Warwick onto the
Not even the war, like a Galio,
Ash.
something to get this Ash CC'd so that
Tiny
Jinx
Tater
can
is
hit.
gonna eat a bunch of stuns and just walking through the jungle. Now, luckily he does have a shitload of MR, so he kind of lives. Ashel lands onto Warwick, but it's not gonna be able to do anything. And Tiny Tater survives with his life, but he's gonna have to recall and make a
Oh no,
reset. JB Roaster gets chunked like a madman there, and he's gonna have to run back. JB Roaster is opting into a mall, I
Hex
believe.
Drinker. Yeah, I don't mind it.
You
It's not
could.
the worst.
This is what I was saying. It's like if you um don't have Berserker Greaves right now, and you have the MR boots instead, the Syndra never kills you ever. Especially like once you upgrade them with feats, the shield is just so much.
This is where Warwick
Looks
has
like
to
they're
be.
going
This
to
is where
start.
Warwick has to be.
So they take Cloud Drake in a blink of an eye. Jinx Rocket's coming down, but it completely misses. Tiny Tater is just tanking 5 people for 18 years, and it's not really enough to. You know, there's not even anything to do about it, really. Gwen does burn her ult, so they don't have that playmaking
Tool.
tool, yeah. And the
No
Ashe is
Nash
down
either.
for probably like 25 seconds or something. Um,
Oh, this is
Pretty
tense, man.
rough
This is a tense
situation
game.
though. Kamikaze is just gonna eat so much damage here. He has to flash out or else he's risking death. And yeah, I mean Rags is just doing so much damage right now. I feel like Galio needs like Randuin's.
Yeah,
If
this is a
Galio had
good time for.
Randuin's, he would be pretty hard. Actually no, because Ash doesn't even crit. Oh, Warwick is able to get onto 2L's Meat Rider here. Uh, Gwen goes
Gwen
golden,
should
but
go
it
down.
looks
Gwen
like it's
should go
not going to be
down.
enough. Gwen goes down, but Imuji, I believe, has traded his life for it. Probably a favorable trade, but
Had to. I don't know if that's favorable. He had to burn his flash.
that's true. Ashel goes down onto the Teemo, and he's just picked off for free.
They should have wave clear with Galio and Jinx, but yeah, it's they're slowly winning out on these fights here, the blue side.
Yeah, I mean, also we'll see because they have wave clear as long as Jinx doesn't eat a Syndra stun. But if Syndra hits the stun, and it's very easy to do so, uh, Cole could go down in an instant.
Yeah, this is. I mean, this game is on Cole not dying. Not just Cole not dying though, to be honest, because he is like I feel like generally he's been
Yeah,
pretty
he's not
alright
been
about
getting
not
caught.
dying.
He's just been getting out DPS because he can't shoot past a Braum shield.
Yeah. Let's see how they're gonna hold this tower here. They're trying to go pretty hard on Tiny Tater.
Maokai's coming in. I don't know if you really want to engage here. I think you just take the win and run.
No, Warwick's
Braum
coming.
shield is down. They're able to kill the Ornn, and oh, they get a triple kill. I was horribly wrong. It's
Ash
a
is
great
dead.
engagement. Petrichor goes down too. A quadra kill goes out to JB Roaster. Can he get the pentakill? They're not gonna let him get the pentakill, but a man can dream. So
He might get the
they
Nexus though.
have
That is full
they have to
down.
right click straight to Baron. What a banger of a game. I don't think they can end in time. Oh, maybe they can actually. They have a Jinx.
No, they're just.
It's just a
oh,
Gwen. No, they can end this. They can end. Jinx kills turrets so fast. And they have grubs too.
The one grub. I don't know why Warwick is hitting the Red Baron. I don't know.
One grub.
But
Yeah, I mean, he might actually be able to solo the Baron. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I guess it's a fallback if they. I guess it's not the worst because if they can end, they can just end without the Warwick. Right?
I feel very confident they could have ended there. But
I do too. But there was a wave issue. Like Gwen actually did clear the wave pretty fast, and you have Ashe coming up right about now, so they would probably taken one inhib turret or one Nexus turret, and then it's just gone, right?
no, you don't need a wave with Jinx. She was excited. She's double excited. I
Oh,
think.
that's true. Yeah, you're
You
right.
just like one tap the turret basically. Free Baron goes over to Jinx though. It's an absolute banger game.
Oh, this is a nice game, man. This is a game for the people.
Absolutely, dude. See what JB Roaster does here. He finishes out the Maul, and he's actually able to finish out Berserker Greaves too. See, I just buy defenses, bro. You don't need more attack speed.
I love that damage, man. Gotta love that damage.
If you build Swifties instead, it just gives you that move speed for free, like all the time.
Yeah, I don't know if you need the Greaves necessarily, but I mean we're not let's see what he does with it, right? Let's let him cook.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
all, that's all we
it's
can
better
do
to have
now.
them than to not have them upgraded. But
Yeah.
if you have MR boots right now, you are a stone wall. Another good
Ra-
thing too
if
is
Rags dies, I think
the boot upgrades are starting to give them some more value to try to counteract the Ornn items. Obviously, you'd rather have Ornn items, but
they're getting something out of the boots at least, right?
yeah. Well, it's about this time in the game where the boots are really, really impactful because you just straight up are better than the enemy. Warwick is able to
Oh my God!
catch Gwen out.
She's dead.
He
She's
goes
dead.
golden, but she's dead. So it's going to be a 4v5 to start this fight. Maokai
JB's hit.
roots 3 people. JB Roaster should be having a field day right now. He fires off his Jinx rocket. The Braum shield is up, so it's going to be down in about 1 second, and that gives him a window, but they're not going to be able to go out. So we go down to a 5v4 here. The real question is if the Syndra can actually pick off this Jinx. And
Going.
Galio goes
chest.
in.
You go chest first.
JB Roaster sidesteps the Syndra. Everything. He gets a quadra kill.
It's over. It's over. That's all she wrote.
That should be it. JB Roaster with an immaculate performance in Game 3.
Yeah.
2 back-to-back. I mean, really tough fights to win, to be honest with you. Amuji's chilling, taking the dragon. You gotta respect it. And they FF. They're gonna try to FF before. Okay, no, they got the dragon still.
Yeah.
And JB Roaster and the Bud Light Aces take down the largest man in the 7 Seas, Rags the Boss and his crew.
That was a good series.
Impressive series from
What a-
everybody.
I mean, that's a semifinal we all wanted, right?
Yeah, I mean, as far as the semifinals go, you couldn't ask for a better one, for being honest.
Especially that game 3.
Cole said he
Shout
can't
out to
stay for.
Amuji. Sorry, what's up?
Cole said he can't stay for the winners interview, bro. What do you mean?
Who else can we get?
I think
We
we get
get a-
we get Amuji, yeah.
Yeah. I need to apologize to Amuji, bro. He was that was some like ethical deaths there.
What an impressive series, bro. You absolutely love to
Miles is gonna
see
be a banger, man.
just an absolute, yeah. I mean, very, very even games. I don't feel like any of those games were stomps at all. Especially this game three is like a 45-minute long banger. Um, really, really, really impressive. I mean, that's what we were saying, dude. JB Roster's ceiling is insane.
Yeah.
He's got really good hands,
He did
and
not make many mistakes that game at all. Like, we were talking about how he had a propensity to sometimes get caught, play out of position, make some mistake. He was putting his heart and soul in the game there, and it
yeah, I
showed.
mean he dodged that Cinder E on a dime. So
Yeah.
um, we'll hop down to do post game interview with Imuji if you want to hop into the Bud Light Aces
Sure, sure,
channel.
I got it. Yeah, I'll be there.
Hello, Imuji.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yo, what's good, dude? How are you doing? How's it feeling coming out
Doing,
of the
doing
semifinals,
good. It
a
feels
finalist?
amazing.
Uh, you know, incredible, long, hard-fought series, but
Yeah, but after the game one was rough, but after that, I
yeah.
picked it up.
Um, so we can start with game one. Um,
Sure.
how did it feel playing a Moo and a Xin Zhao? That shit looked unplayable. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, the issue wasn't the champion. The issue is me like trolling. Like what happened was I was expecting them to take objectives, but they never did for some reason. So they would just camp out in their jungle waiting for me to counter jungle. Is all they did. So I got caught
Yep.
out in their jungle like 4 times, and that's on me. But because of that, like they just they stifled me behind, but they didn't get any objectives, but it didn't matter because I got ahead. That was
Yeah.
game one pretty much. Like Amumu is pretty good in Zinzao in general, I think, but the just the way I played it was not it.
Well, I
Much
think it was a mix of like Xin Zhao being a little bit ahead and you being a little behind just makes that so unplayable.
And also Silas
And
is always there as
yeah,
well.
and Silas is gonna be the second thing, right? Like if Silas ever
Yeah,
pulls a Mumu ult, then you basically are just like signing a death warrant to one of your teammates
pretty much.
from like 1200 range. Um
Yeah.
but I mean to come off of that game and then move into game two, dude, with the Skarner, you
Yes, sir.
you were actually Thanos that game.
I know. No, that was crazy. I just never died.
Every time I see Skarner, it makes me a little bit sick to my stomach because that champ takes no damage and he has like 4 health bars.
I didn't see you
Agreed.
put a damage
I
item, man. You were kind of like you were cooking them in like a 1v2 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, no, I think I had like several 1v2, 1v3s, and I just did not die. It was impossible for me to die.
yeah. I
I
mean,
think yeah, like
what was the thought process behind picking Skarner that game?
well, we kind of just said we need a tank, and the other one to go squishy, so I was like, I'll be the tank.
Hey,
And
you
then
know what? Sometimes that's the best way
Tater
to determine.
Yeah, Tater said, "What about Skarner?" I was like, "Bet, let's go Skarner." I actually wanted to play Kane initially because like there was like three melees, like they locked in the Xin Zhao, Galio, and Nautilus.
Hmm.
So I was like, okay, this is like kind of fire Kane game. But we needed a tank, so Skarner it
Yeah,
was,
absolutely.
and the Skarner pick was massive. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, that guy, watching your teams essentially trade out like to to cause it to be like a 2v2 or a 1v2 at the end. And it's like you versus two
yeah,
people, and you just walk into them and you just stand there. It was a little
no,
bit hard
pretty
to
much,
watch, to be
yeah.
honest. Um, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, this massive fight would break out, and I'd be like 70% HP, and like it just wouldn't die. It's crazy.
yeah, I mean, and then of course game three.
Game
You have
three.
any thoughts on game three?
Um, I think game three, the Teemo shrooms were insane. I think the shrooms did so much work that game, and JB getting some massive ults was really really good.
Yeah,
I
absolutely. I
think a couple
mean,
times I got
I
some
gotta
nice
say,
ults
while
from
I'm here,
picks.
man,
What's
uh,
up?
I remember criticizing you a couple points throughout the split, but especially even in this game, I wasn't sure. Like you were kind of just dying a lot early, but you were making some good plays, man. I remember you had like a really crazy flank when Ash got a quadra kill, but you just cleaned up the fight after. And
Yeah, I went all the way around.
yeah, and then there was also the memorable blast cone smite grub flash away. I wasn't sure if that ended up
Oh
being
yeah.
worth, but you guys did get like two turrets after, which I don't know if you can do without the grubs. Like
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
it
It
was
was
it was
a lot of
definitely like yeah. No, sorry, go ahead.
no, it's just a lot of creative angles. Not necessarily even just you, like your team found right at a certain point. It felt like you guys were sort of just running into Ash on the chokes, and she
Yeah, no,
was.
that part was bad. And at the end, I was like, guys, let's not fight and like cluster it up. And they're like, oh, we should probably not fight like in the bushes. So then we all gathered from the dragon pit for that quadra kill with the Jinx. That was really good.
Yeah, and
Otherwise, yeah,
it was good. It was I liked it. I was kind of worried because the Ornans were starting to come in, and I was kind of rooting for you guys. And then it looked like Ash was unkillable, but you guys found the angle twice actually. And
yes,
JB, you had some good moves. Tiny Tater was doing a great job locking people up,
he
CCing
was, he was,
everybody.
yeah. No, the team definitely did like we did really really well at third game, especially we put the team fights especially
And what
well
was the morale?
after.
Like, what was the thought process behind the Teemo pick? That is something nobody was expecting.
Oh, the Teemo pick, we're kind of just like we need damage, we need AP. Teemo it is. Because we
You
thought
guys
we put
knew that, yeah.
why, yeah. Why loves Teemo? Put him on the Teemo. He gets his
You absolutely
Jason
love to
and
see
best
it.
from event.
I
Yeah.
feel like I'm at like the YMCA and I see like a full like the Trailblazers pull up to the YMCA and they just get beaten by like 5 dudes in shorts. Like it's beautiful. He's like, what was the thought process behind picking Teemo? And like other teams in the OLS are like, well, 4 weeks ago I scouted that we were going to do that, and but no, JB
Oh,
Roaster
that's
and the
crazy.
boys are like, fuck it, bro. I thought we needed some damage, man.
Our
I
drafts are
picked the
entirely vibe based, bro.
I picked the little rat. I mean, hey, I saw a Zyra game in like week 2 from JB Roaster, and maybe it shouldn't be
Oh
vibes
yeah.
based all the time, but it seems like it worked out this time.
No. We
Uh,
always lose the first one to give them like a hope, and then we squash them. That's how it always
oh yeah.
works. Yeah. No, I think historically, whenever we've gotten casted, we always lose the first one, and then we pick up the next game.
Oh,
It's kind of funny.
I had a more specific question. So, who called out that Xin Zhao was going to do that ward in game 3?
Oh,
The one he got
so
first blood? Who called that?
yeah. So the first time I was like, "Hey, yo, he's here." Second time was like, "He said he's here again." And the third time, I forgot who. It was either Tater or Y, I'm pretty sure. And they were just like, "Hey, he's doing the word again. Let's just bush camp." And we're like, "Bet."
Yeah, dude. I saw the Teemo walk out and stealth underneath where Xin Zhao would normally
Yeah.
like walk, and I was like, oh, they're gonna get him, bro. It was yeah, you cannot do the same ward like that 3 times in a row in
Yeah, three
OLS.
times in a row. No, afterwards we were like, "There's no way he thought he can get away with that 3 times in a row. Like, there's no way."
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
you can't allow that. But yeah, I mean, huge series win for the Bud Light Aces to go into
Yes,
finals. Do you
sir.
have any final shout outs?
Any final shout outs?
Yeah.
I'd like to shout out to David for subbing. The game would not have been the same without him, for sure. That sub was so clutch.
Yeah, dude, his Maokai was really good.
Yeah, the Mako was
I mean,
great. The
not
karma
just
was
his
great.
Maokai, his Braum, I think legit. I saw
The
his
Braum was really
Braum
good. Yeah.
tank at least 2 or 3 condemns that would have killed Cole, like
Mm-hmm.
undoubtedly.
100%.
Um, and to block those with the Braum shield is really difficult to do
Yeah,
actually. So
I agree.
I mean,
And he played extremely well.
yeah, I mean everybody on your team
Held the line.
was looking really good, dude. So
Yeah.
I'm
That first game,
looking
it's
forward
like
to this
it was
game
our
on Sunday.
first. Yeah. The game Sunday will be exciting, I think, for sure. It's a rematch. I think we played them like 3 times or twice. This is my third time playing them, I'm pretty sure.
Damn,
So
well,
And
it's
it's
pretty
a best
nice.
of 5. It is a best of 5. How are you
Yeah,
guys
it's the best of 5.
gearing up for that?
Oh, we're fine, and we all have champ potions.
That's
Good
true.
luck batting us out.
hey, not that
Yeah.
Cole guy. You need to restrict the ocean. You need to put some dams up. I think.
Obviously, Rags is a talented OLS AD carry, right? But you guys are up against Jung. He did get the better of you last time. What's going to be better this time for you guys to take the win?
Well, I guess you'll have to see, won't you? I mean, I can't be like
Okay,
scrolling out right
that's
now.
fine. That's
There's
fine. That's fine.
yeah.
I
We
get
do
it.
have
I
a
get
plan
it.
in place though.
Hey, dude, I've been told Megapola says ocean about to be full of salt. Oh, he's got some fighting words. Yeah, I saw Megapola in the chat between like game 1 and 2 or game 2 and 3, and he was like, "Damn, dude, I might have to redo my draft board. I might have to
Yeah,
fix up my game plan going into Sunday because I think he was assuming that you guys are gonna lose. You got
I
anything to say to
see.
Megapool? Call him a
The only
bitch.
salt in the ocean's gonna be his, bro.
Call him a bitch right now.
The only salt in our oceans are gonna be from his tears, bro. What are you talking about?
Ooh, okay. Sorry, in ARAM, he says.
In
What
ARAM,
got said.
of course, as they always say. Yeah, of course.
Or is it best of
Nah,
five?
it'll be a good series.
ARAM?
Yeah.
You're gonna play 5 ARAM games in a row? I think you should 1v1 Megapool in TFT. I think that's the only way.
In TFT is
Valorant 1v1 it,
crazy.
bro. Valorant 1v1 it.
Oh, that's
Well,
nuts.
yeah, I mean, congrats on the win. Enjoy it. Celebrate. Have a
Yes,
great
sir. Yes,
time,
sir.
dude.
Will.
Uh, I always love to see the OGs, make it back.
Let me pull through. Yes, sir.
Uh, but congrats. Enjoy it. Thanks for pulling up. And
Of course. Thank you for casting.
of course, dude. Um, looking forward to the game Sunday, dude.
Yes, sir. We are too.
Make sure
All right.
everybody
Have a
tunes
good night,
in.
guys.
Peace
Yeah,
out, bro.
good.
Good
For
night, man.
sure. Good night. Good night.
But yeah, I mean,
Thanks, Justin.
of course. Yeah, with that, I believe this stream will come to a close.
And we'll see you guys on finals on Sunday,
Yeah,
I believe, right? Or is it
yeah,
Saturday? I'm not
Sunday.
sure.
I believe it's Sunday at like 4 or 6 maybe, something
Final
like that.
human time.
Um, let me see. They were talking about it in the subs chat. Uh,
I will get it 1 second.
I'm looking
Yep.
right.
Top mid sub for best of 5 Sunday 13th, 6 p.m. 6
Yeah,
p.m.
so 6 p.m. So come watch the finals in person or online, whichever you prefer. Um, ooh, Amuji even put he's talking shit in the chat. Holy. Uh, no, that'll be a super fun game to watch. I believe when they faced him before they didn't have JB Roaster, I believe. I think he got subbed out the game that they played against Megapool and lost.
Oh,
So
right. I think they had typical Asian.
yeah. Um,
This is the okay. JB's here, bro.
so
It's like
he'll be pulling up locked and loaded, ready to roll. And it should be a banger game. All right. But that'll be it from me for today. You got anything else to say, Night Shiner
nope. Just
Charles?
I'm gonna try to be there for the
No.
finals casting, but I don't know. But I'll definitely be watching at least. I think it'll be a fun matchup, and I'm rooting for. I'm rooting for. Actually, I tend to curse the teams that I root for, so I'm gonna say I'm rooting for Nestle Raptors, and I think it's gonna be a 3-0.
I'll have to see who I'm gonna root for, cause I love Megapool. Megapool is my boy. He's been around for so long. Amuji's been around for a real long time too. Is the thing. I'll have to see who else is on. Who else is on the Nestle Raptors?
Um,
I forget
I
who's
don't
on the team.
remember. Yeah, it's Lobshish is on that team. It's Jung and Lobshish.
Oh,
It's
it's Jung Lobshish. Yeah, Lobshish's been around a long time too.
their top laner. Who's their top laner?
I'm trying to find the
Spreadsheet. Yeah, I don't remember who their top laner is, and I don't remember if their is their mid menopause. I don't know if their mid is menopause or
their
not.
mid might be
I feel like
menopause. Yeah.
that's another lore point here, right? The brother showdown in the finals.
Actually, true. Yeah. Uh. Oh no, they subbed him. They subbed out their guy for Green Fox last time. Oh, it's Red Malai Kofta. He's like a
He's a jungler, right?
old
No, he's
yeah.
not the jungler.
He's
Yeah,
like
no,
a
yeah.
he was around during when the OLS was on Facebook, dude. He's a old head. I might have to pull for Megapool.
All right, we'll
I
see
don't
then,
know.
man.
We'll see.
We'll
I
see.
might flip a coin. But thanks for
Well, it
watching,
should be a fun
everybody.
matchup. Yeah, yeah.
Hope to see you all Sunday, in person, online, in spirit, even I'd take. But until then, peace out.
Peace. All right, good night, man.
Peace.
Thanks for casting.